Testing 1, 2, testing 1, 2, getting ready for hockey night here in Columbus. Take the opening face-off is Caden Henry. Opposite of him, Brian Galvin.
Let's play.
And it's time for some hockey. As we're underway here from the Columbus City Center. Let's go Dragons, an early chant booming in through the PA speakers. Lucchese's pass intercepted again, intended for Yevdokimov. Storjahan into the middle, Blacksmith, toe drag to his backhand, he scores! Joette Blacksmith with a highlight reel goal, pulling it back around himself and tucking it Bobby Orr style to beat Rosenzweig, and the River Dragons strike first. It's Blacksmith's first of the season. Henry on over to Nerlin. Nerlin running out of speed, gets it back for Henry, who scores! scores! Caden Henry checks back in on the score sheet off the slick feed from Nerlin. And the Breakers on the road quiet the Columbus crowd at 1-1. Nerlin wheeling around through his own end. Quick head fake and now trying to split the D. Short-handed, back come the River Dragons. Pezzamenti scores! Aldi Nerlin turned it over in the neutral zone, forcing an odd man rush the other way. Crowder couldn't knock it away. And Benjamin Pezzamenti picks up his second goal of the season, extends his point streak to a pair of games, and Columbus regains the lead. That is the Continental Division most, fourth shorthanded goal against Biloxi. Atop each of the entrances to the stadium outside the concourse. It's Nerlin. In front, Henry scores on the doorstep. Biloxi wastes no time. Nerlin and Henry developing the chemistry on that top line. They have been credited with both goals tonight. Henry picks up his second, the pest of the game himself, as coined by Columbus, and it's 2-2. And now here come the Breakers, led by Crowder. Quick snap pass over to Henry on hat-trick watch. Setting one in the middle, Yevdokimov scores! Yaro Yevdokimov, the captain, checks in off a feed from Henry, and the Breakers on the power play leap in front. It's 3-2. Blacksmith. Back up to Barrow. Barrow, Blacksmith, shoots, scores. Joanne Blacksmith entered tonight with no goals. He's got 2 against his former head coach. Conway, touch pass for Pikarczyk, protecting it. Spinning one into the middle. Conway on goal, scores! Declan Conway. Quick cat-like reflexes, finds the puck in the slot. And before Roy could even direct his attention to Conway, beats him on the stick side to make it 4-3. Conway with goals in back-to-back nights. That's his 7th of the season. And it's 4-3 Biloxi. Rosenzweig's been sharp when he needed to be here tonight. He gets hit hard behind the goal, and now here's Hansen coming to help out his goaltender, jumping on someone. Rosenzweig wants a piece of him too. Pandemonium in Columbus, down in the corner. Rosenzweig got cleaned out behind the goal, and we're gonna see some penalties now here. Referees telling Rosenzweig to head off. Cole Crowder through the legs of a Columbus defender. Now over to Blacksmith. Blacksmith in the middle, they score. It's Alex Storjahan. He had 2 or 3 grade A scoring opportunities on this exact same shift, and finally he's rewarded as he flips that one over the glove side of Rosenzweig. And it's 4-4. Down low again. Here's Wickline, pivoting away from Thornton. Rat from a low angle, turned aside by Rosenzweig. Off the wall, quick chance in front, deflected, they score! Columbus was dominating the zone time with all kinds of traffic in front. And that one's deflected up and over the end goal line. And Columbus has come from a goal down here in the 3rd period to take the lead at 5-4. Skates of Caden Henry keeps his own time alive. Henry forces a turnover on goal. Rebound, Nerlin scores! Aldi Nerlin! This kid is incredible. A multi-point game last night, a multi-point game here tonight, and he's got the equalizer with a shade over 11 minutes to go in the 3rd. Another 2-on-1 for the Breakers. Nerlin and Henry this time lead the charge. Nerlin holding, over to Henry, scores! Hat trick for Caden Henry! And the Breakers are back in front at 6-5. The top line strikes again. Nerlin with a beautiful feed. Henry pounds it home. His 3rd of the night, his 2nd hat trick of the season. 6-5. Wow. Backhand feed as he would have got tied up, and now maybe a 2-on-1 back the other way. Short-handed Crowder lets it go to the middle. Pezzamenti scores. His 2nd short-handed goal of the night. Another breakdown by the Breakers. And like I said, just when you think someone's going to run away, the opponent climbs back in. Columbus does just that. Their 2nd short-handed goal of the night. the 5th against the Breakers this season. Breakers need a change bad. Columbus has already had one. You have Dokimov laboring to try and create some pressure. Henry now goes after Hunter. Hunter hard to the goal, to his forehand, scores. And the River Dragons sweep their home opening weekend. They take this one by a final of 7-6 in overtime. Wearing their home red uniforms featuring the C logo with the claw going through it, the dragon hand. On the black numbers and black shoulders. Perimeter are the Dragons. There they go, they score. It's Kyle Moore picking up the puck off a deflection and rifling it past Rosenzweig. Looked like it surprised him off the narrow. And Columbus strikes first, making it 1-0. At the 12:27 mark. And another quick goal. Right off the face-off, a bullet from Ryan Hunter. And just like that, the River Dragons lead is doubled. Before we can even get our penalty clock ticking, they cash in. On over to Davidson, who chips it to the middle for Thornton. Thornton goes 2-on-2 with Davidson into the offensive zone, moving to his backhand. Thornton gets slapped on the hand, draws a call from the official as they score. It's Crowder. The puck kicks out in front. Cole Crowder wastes no time with a quick catch and release. Buries it in the back of the twine. Dragons 2, Breakers 1. Blacksmith. Area pass across. Picked up by Barrow in stride. He goes around Fisher and slides one through Rosenzweig. Somehow a crack in Josh Rosenzweig playing down on his knees, and the puck slips through an uncharacteristic one for Rosenzweig there, and it's 3-1. Patiently allows Crowder to get back on side, looking for Hansen, the rebound! Davidson's got his second! Darius Davidson crashes the net hard, picks up the rebound, and Curtis Hansen, it was all his patience at the blue line, getting it over to Crowder. Crowder gets a shot in and crashing on the goal. Davidson makes it 3-2. Head back the other way, it's a 2-on-1. Coming in is Barrow. He holds, gets it over, Galvin scores. Right after the power play ended, the Breakers, a long shift for the group that was out there and just got beat. Storjahan picks it back up once again. Back over to the far side. Rosenzweig made the initial save, but on the follow, Brody Thornton makes it a 5-2 contest. Across the blue line, trying to keep his point streak alive. Save made. Rebound, Pikarczyk. He shoots. Another save made by Roy, and that will do it. A couple late chances for the Breakers, but ultimately they come up just shy. A 5-2 loss here tonight.
Strength isn't built in a single race. It's earned, mile after mile, pedal after pedal, step after step. The same endurance that drives athletes to the finish line fuels the steady hands and sharp focus required in surgery. It's about resilience, precision, and commitment in competition and in the operating room. Because true performance means showing up with excellence, no matter the arena. Looking for your next ride? Get more at Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport. Every new Hyundai comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty on top of Hyundai's America's Best warranty and owner assurance. No one on the coast offers more, so why go anywhere else? Visit us today during the Getaway Sales event happening now just off Lorraine Road north of I-10. Official sponsor of your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, Jell-O shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Gulf Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cohen Road, Suite B, Gulfport.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
Recharge your body, reset your mind, revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logo stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Foshi Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Foshi Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit foshiresidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
Every new Hyundai from Matt Bowers comes with Matt's lifetime warranty included. That's in addition to Hyundai's America's Best warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and Hyundai Owner Assurance. You get both warranties, making a new Hyundai from Matt Bowers an excellent value. Come visit us today during the Getaway Sales event at our new showroom just off Lorraine Road north of I-10 in Gulfport.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport.
When injury knocks you out, Bienvo Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Bienville Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Hello out there, we're on the air. It's hockey night tonight. Tension grows, the whistle blows, and the puck goes down the ice. The goalie jumps and the players bump and the fans all go insane. Someone roars, Bobby scores. That's a good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Where players dash and skates a flash, the home team trails behind. But they grab the puck and go bursting up and they're down across the line. They storm the crease like bumblebees. They travel like a burning flame. We see them slide the puck inside. It's a good old hockey game.
Wearing their home red uniforms featuring the C logo with the claw going through it, the dragon hand. On the black numbers and black shoulders. Perimeter are the Dragons. There they go, they score. It's Kyle Moore picking up the puck off the deflection and rifling it past Rosenzweig. Looked like it surprised him off the arrow. And Columbus strikes first, making it 1-0. At the 12:27 mark. And another quick goal. Right off the face-off, a bullet from Ryan Hunter. And just like that, the River Dragons lead is doubled. Before we can even get our penalty clock ticking, they cash in. On over to Davidson, who chips it to the middle for Thornton. Thornton goes 2-on-2 with Davidson into the offensive zone, moving to his backhand. Thornton gets slapped on the hand, draws a call from the official. As they score, it's Crowder! The puck kicks out in front. Cole Crowder wastes no time with a quick catch and release. Buries it in the back of the twine. Dragons 2, Breakers 1. Blacksmith. Area pass across. Picked up by Barrow in stride. He goes around Fisher and slides one through Rosenzweig. Somehow a crack in Josh Rosenzweig playing down on his knees, and the puck slips through an uncharacteristic one for Rosenzweig there, and it's 3-1. Patiently allows Crowder to get back onside, looking for Hansen, the rebound! Davidson's got his second! Darius Davidson crashes the net hard, picks up the rebound, and Curtis Hansen, it was all his patience at the blue line, getting it over to Crowder. Crowder gets a shot in and crashing on the goal. Davidson makes it 3-2. Head back the other way, it's a 2-on-1. Coming in is Barrow. He holds, gets it over. Galvin scores. Right after the power play ended, the Breakers, a long shift for the group that was out there and just got beat. Storjahan picks it back up once again. Back over to the far side. Rosenzweig made the initial save, but on the follow, Brody Thornton makes it a 5-2 contest. Across the blue line, trying to keep his point streak alive. Save made. Rebound, Pikarczyk, he shoots. Another save made by Roy, and that will do it. A couple late chances for the Breakers, but ultimately they come up just shy. A 5-2 loss here tonight. Devin Dobek on site at the Columbus Civic Center. The River Dragons and the Breakers going at it for the third of 9 matchups in the early part of the FPHL season. Last night, the River Dragons victorious, 5-2 victory. A close game. Through 40 minutes, it was 2-1. Both goaltenders and Roy and Rosenzweig were exceptional, but when it came down to it, Columbus capitalized where they needed to. Special teams was a huge storyline throughout the game. The Breakers came in with the #1 power play unit in the league at 26.8%. They got 6 opportunities and did not cash in once. As for Columbus, they had 5 opportunities of their own and scored twice. So special teams and tilting those scales back in Biloxi's favor is going to be a big point of emphasis for Charlie Penn's group. In goal tonight, a bit of a different matchup. Josh Rosenzweig will be back in between the pipes, a record of 3-3-0-1. He was good last night, just didn't get the offense he needed from his team. On the other end, it'll be Trevor Babin. He comes in off his suspension with a record of 1-1, a .924 save percentage, and a .272 goals against average. It's going to be hard for this Breakers high-powered offense to crack him, but we shall see what's in store. Also last night, not a lot of production from the Breakers' top line. The first game that nobody has had a point since the beginning of the season. Yaroslav Dakamov, player to watch tonight, just broke his 7-game multi-point streak last night. The captain is going to need to step up for the Breakers and get on the score sheet here tonight. Caden Henry as well, the league leader in points going into last night, is going to have a big game if Biloxi wants to be successful. On the other side, take a look out for Tyler Barrow. Had a goal and an assist last night, the game's first star. He leads Columbus with 6 goals and 14 assists. He could be a catalyst if they're going to win here tonight. But this is all coming up for you at 6 o'clock Central Time and 7 o'clock Eastern. I'll be with you on Breakers TV. Welcome you to Hockey Night Down South, live from Columbus, Georgia. My name's Devin Dobek, along with you. It's the Breakers and the River Dragons going at it for the 3rd of 9 times this season, in the 4th in a 10-day span. Let's take a look at our tail of the tape to see where these teams shake out before we get going here in Columbus. The River Dragons extend their win streak to 3. The Breakers, on the other hand, have lost 3 in a row, albeit one of those in overtime, so they did scratch a point last weekend against Columbus, but they sit 3-6-1. Goals for 4.5 for Columbus, 4.3 for the Biloxi Breakers. A goal differential of +7 for Columbus and a -11 for Biloxi. On the power play, Columbus 21.1%. They had a pair of power play goals last night to bump that total up a few percentage points. The Breakers dropped down 3.5 percentage points to 23.4%. 0 for 6 last night on what's typically their bread and butter. On the penalty kill, Columbus 78.3%, the Breakers 77.8%. Both of those ranked in the bottom 3 of the Continental Division. Columbus currently sits pretty in the number 2 spot in the Continental. Biloxi is in 6th. The third meeting, Biloxi 0-1-1, Columbus 2-0-0. It should be a fun one here. Trevor Babin and Josh Rosenzweig will be our starting goaltender matchup. Let's take a look before they bring out the lineups at our Matt Bowers starting lineups. For the Breakers, that same top line of Nerland back with Henry and Yevdokimov. The defensive pairing, an interesting one. Cole Crowder and Trey Fisher get the start for Charlie Penn's group tonight. Trey Fisher, a forward by trade, as is Crowder, but Trey Fisher stepped up and arguably been one of the best defenders for Biloxi in the last couple games, so keep an eye out for him. Josh Rosenzweig in between the pipes for the Breakers once again. That's his 3rd straight start. Colin Ratt Ryan Hunter and Kyle Moore make up the River Dragons starting line with Kirk Underwood and Lucas Texmo, the defensive pairing. Trevor Babin between the pipes. Let's take a look at Babin's numbers. You just heard a little bit in my pregame, but a .924 save percentage, .272 goals against average, and a 1-1 record. Career in the FPHL, a .906 save percentage. He has dressed now in 194 games. A guy who's played in the SPHL and the ECHL. He's going to be a tough customer as the Dark Knight back between the pipes off of suspension. That just about wraps it up for our Matt Bowers starting lineups. They're going to begin to bring out the Dragons and the Breakers here. They're getting their intro video going. And we'll get ready to go as well here from inside the Columbus Civic Center.
The following is a presentation of the Federal Prospects Hockey League. Any unauthorized broadcast without the express written consent of the Biloxi Breakers and the FPHL are strictly prohibited.
tonight and every night, no one fights alone. Thank you for participating in this very poignant and moving ceremony. And now, fans of Dragons, we watch U16 Christian broadcasting as a moment of silence tonight. Remember those who are in harm's way, those who defend our country, our livelihood every day, those who made the ultimate sacrifice. And with Dragons Fight Cancer Night, we also recognize former Columbus hockey owners, Charlie Morrow and Shelby Amos, who both tragically passed from this terrible disease. Dragons, thank you. And now remain standing for the presentation of our national anthem, performed in a cappella tonight by Bianca Alomar, one of the Springer Opera House's stars, production of Frozen, the Broadway musical, which runs from November 29th to December 21st. Here is Bianca Alomar.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
A beautiful rendition of our national anthem to get us going for Hockey Night down south, live here from Columbus, Georgia. My name's Devin Dobeck, along with you. The River Dragons here on their Cancer Night, a really amazing pregame ceremony they put together with the phone lights, and it is amazing how many people have been affected by cancer. The Biloxi Breakers stand with you as well as the Columbus River Dragons. To everyone fighting or who's been affected, our thoughts are with you, and the Breakers play for you here tonight. Columbus wearing their specialty Cancer Night uniforms. They're a light violet purple shade with black numbers and a black and white trim, black buckets, black pants, and white and black stripes on their socks. The Breakers wearing their road white uniforms with the Breaker crest featured in the middle of those. They've got black shoulders, blue buckets, blue pants, all trimmed in black with teal. Ceremonial puck drop going on down over in the corner ahead of the River Dragons and the Breakers going at it for the third of 9 matchups between these two southern foes early on this season. River Dragons have taken the first 2, most recently last night, of course, a 5-2 victory, a game that was 2-1 through 40 minutes, but a 3-goal third period proved to be too much as Columbus became victorious. Breakers seem like they lost their legs as of late. Last Saturday, a 7-6 overtime loss as well. They surrendered 2 shorthanded goals. Special teams is going to be a huge emphasis for Charlie Penn's group. 0 for 6 on the power play last night. Columbus 2 for 5 on their own opportunities. So if Biloxi can win the special teams battle, they will have more than a chance to win here tonight. Getting the sandstorm going here in Georgia, a little on brand for the Breakers. See if it brings them some good mojo. Trey Fisher making his first start of the season, and it's on defense. Huge shout out to his mom, Wendy Kirkpatrick, celebrating her birthday here tonight and watching her son rewarded with the start for the way he's played. So a huge shout out to Wendy. Happy birthday and welcome into the broadcast. You have Dokimov, Henry, and Aldiar Nerland. The starting unit will go up against Hunter, Moore, and Colin Ratt. We're moments away, and now here we go. Underway here inside the Civic Center, and early "Let's Go Dragons" chant, as usual, booming through the PA speakers. Rosenzweig making his third consecutive start in between the pipes for the Breakers tonight. Fisher down in the corner, sends it to Crowder. Crowder up the wall to Yevdokimov. Snapped his 7-game multi-point streak last night. Yes, it is amazing. He had a multi-point streak of 7 games, but that's just what he does at the FPHL. Out of their own end, here's Kyle Moore with a stretch saucer pass right to the tape of Hunter. 2-on-1 developing over far side. Rosenzweig says no with the glove. A brilliant save for Josh Rosenzweig to keep this game tied early. You can't rely on your goaltender all the time, but Rosenzweig makes a tremendous glove stop there from his left to his right. We stay scoreless. Both teams will get a full change. The Conway line. Cowboys over the wall for the Breakers. Out there with him, Pikarczyk and Charbonneau. Charbonneau sporting number 55 tonight, as he did last night. Puck is dropped once again. Here's Matt Stoya, pair of assists for the former Mississippi Seawolf last night. Pikarczyk loses it in his own skates, taken away by his former teammate in Stoya. Rosenzweig wanted an icing, but it caught a piece of his pad. Back down low in the corner, Colton Wyzak. Trips looking to play the puck. Blacksmith out to the point for Thornton. Charbonneau blocks the shot down at the blue line, and now here come the Breakers back the other way. A turnover in the neutral zone, and Stoya will slow things down. About 70 seconds gone by here. Already a scoring opportunity for Columbus. 2-0 the shots on goal totals, as there's A.J. Schlepp sending one around the wall. Blake Keller runs into his man, and Schlepp will skate it through the neutral zone. Takes it over to the far side wall and will chip it in. Blacksmith does what he can to run into the 6'8 enforcer. Underwood has his pocket picked by Brandon Lucchese. Lucchese's going to get called for a high hit here. Looked like he was playing the puck, but instead he's going to go. Lucchese, the first time he was scratched was last night. Back in the lineup here tonight, a goal and 2 assists, and picks up an early penalty. Breakers will head to their first Raven and Rose tattoo penalty kill. So at 18-18, first special teams opportunity for either side. The kill unit beginning with Carter Thornton. Congratulations to Carter if you missed it on our social media pages. Carter notched his 100th FPHL point last night with an assist on the goal to Cole Crowder. So congratulations to Thorts, who's finally hit that milestone that was looming over his head. And we'll see if the floodgates open here tonight. Loses the ensuing face-off. Shot from the point by Colton, still loose, they score on the rebound. Alex Storjahan buries another one for his 3rd of the season and 15th point already here, and now his 12th game. Not much Rosenzweig can do, a tough rebound, and Columbus strikes first on the power play. Just a face-off that was similar to yesterday in that all of a sudden a quick shot came in and a juicy rebound. Rosenzweig can't do it all for his club. Needs some help getting in shooting lanes. Here's Darius Davidson. His best game as a Breaker came last night. Former AIC Yellow Jacket had a goal and an assist in the loss last night, so contributed on both goals that were scored. Quick shot, they score again. It's Mike Wynn with a quick snapshot over the glove side of Rosenzweig. And Columbus with 2 goals in less than a minute to double their margin and make it 2-rip. Goal was actually Kevin Sabad. What an offseason he had. Was last season with the Monroe Moccasins, got dealt to PD, was their first official signing, then was traded to Watertown, and after all winds up here in Columbus. And a big goal to make it 2-0 Dragons early on. Sabad with a bullet. And the Breakers already with plenty of work to do, similar to last night where they also trailed 2-0. That's when the game began to be a little more docile. Yevdokimov leading the charge back the other way. Inadvertently drops it back to Caden Henry in the far circle. He drops it off for Nerland. Nerland sending one in front for a tip from Yevdokimov. And Babin might have bumped into Yevdokimov to negate that opportunity. 2 goals in the opening 2.5 minutes for Columbus. An early lead. Ryan Hunter leads the team in goals. Sends that one down low. Nerland into the neutral zone for Cade Henry. Henry 2-on-1 with Yevdokimov. Lost it, looking to work it to him. And then he spins a low angle shot on Trevor Babin. Nerland taking it back into his own zone. Now will start the charge, fakes the dump-in attempt and tried to drop it off for Charbonneau. It was bumped for a moment and Lucchese will smack it back on in. 3 minutes and 20 seconds gone by. No Tim Delaney, no Dylan Infantino scratched from the lineup tonight. Of course, Infantino took a slash on his first shift on his bad hand last night and that limited him. Now the other way, Storjahan, the first goal scorer for Columbus, motors through the neutral zone, and he'll get caught offside, so says the official. Draw will come once again back out by the blue line. Breakers have given up 6 goals in each of their now 7 losses, aside from last night where they gave up 5. They've already surrendered 2 here early on in the first period, and Rosenzweig, if he hadn't made a tremendous save, it could very well be 3-0. Bondi down in the corner. Swings it back around blindly in the direction of Blacksmith. Blowing a tire is Conway. His face almost went right down in front of the puck. Underwood checked in on him to make sure he didn't clip him. Good sportsmanship from the Columbus captain there. Bondi up the near side. Crowder makes it have a weird bounce back over to the far side. Pikarczyk taps it on in. Lucas Pikarczyk already having a career season. 6 goals and 9 assists in his 10 games played. Last season had just 5 goals and 19 assists, so already headed towards that mark. As Rosenzweig, another big flurry of stops, and he's going to leap on this one. It's not frozen, but the referee blows it dead to the dismay of the Columbus crowd. Josh Rosenzweig being tested early. Needs some help from the back end. If you look at his numbers, they will not tell you anything he's done this season. He has given his team a chance to win just about every night outside of maybe the Topeka game in which he was lifted. But needs some help on the back end. Columbus dominating here early on. The shots are 8-0 through the opening 5 minutes. Thornton had it go a little hard off of his tape. Glove down by Sabad. Sabad over to the far circle, comes back to the top of the key. His quick shot blocked down by Davidson. Caught him in the hand. Winces over in pain for a moment, but right back into the play. Another shot from the point, kicked aside by Rosenzweig. Low angle opportunity by Stoya goes off the side of the cage, and with 15:03 to go, we'll have another face-off coming in the Breakers' end. On the draw now, Curtis Hansen. Hansen coined as the pest of the game here in Columbus as they pick someone every night. It's Cade Henry last Saturday. Thornton in his own end. Sabah gets run into, now back the other way. Here comes Davidson. Davidson down in the corner. Run into by Wickline and the tandem of Mike Wynn as well. As we get another whistle, this will be our first media timeout. We will take it. 14:31 to go. The Breakers trailing by a pair already. We'll be back in a splash.
Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, Jell-O shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Gulf Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cohen Road, Suite B, Gulfport.
Liam Gadamer once again popping in as they keep their media timeout there. Again, very thankful of the Columbus River Dragons for their hospitality and sharing us their feed. Off the ensuing face-off. Out of the first media timeout. One-timer from Hunter and Rosenzweig. Another brilliant save. He has been tested to the nines early on. Already the shots are 11-0 in favor of the Dragons in Rosenzweig. Building his own highlight reel here in the first period. Needs some other stuff down at the other end. Lucchese tied up in the corner. Bumped out of the zone by Henry, who drops it off to Yevdokimov over to Nerland, who lost his mitten after the hit. Quick shot from Yevdokimov is gloved by Babin, and he'll hold on to that one. The Breakers officially record their first shot on goal, and it took just about 6 minutes. Already plenty of action in this game, but it's been in favor of one team. As the next face-off is controlled by Columbus. Henry, good forecheck, spun one to the middle, but nobody home. Rat turns it over. Yevdokimov looking in front for Henry. Tried to backhand one. Did he score? Referees are blowing it dead. And now there will be a conference. See just what exactly is going on. Let's introduce you to our officials here tonight. The referees are Jesse Burns and Ken Radolinski. The linesmen are Alex Cole and Michael Maxon. So there is a Dragons power play, so it appears. Not throwing a number up on the board just yet, but there's only 4 Dragons skaters out in the offensive zone. So Biloxi's going to head to their first walk-ons power play of the evening. It looks like they're checking to see if Caden Henry found the back of the twine on his backhander. And if he did indeed score, then there will be no penalty. Breakers scored on a delayed call last night. Cole Crowder scoring after Thornton drew the call. Referees are taking a peek at the review. Trevor Babin taking a peek at the Jumbotron, but they're not showing the feet up there just yet. Video review is powered by Sportfeed. To those of you watching Breakers TV on Sportfeed, hello. Along with all our viewers on YouTube, as well as 106.3 FM, Super Talk Mississippi, and our friends at Walk-Ons and D'Aberville. Referees still putting in their due diligence down in between the glass. beginning to play the sped up music. But the referee is going to take their time here and see what the official indication is. They do have cameras right above the goal here in Columbus. Really nice system that I'm sure will be very black and white as opposed to if we're going to have a goal or not. As the referees don't seem like they're going to call the goal. And so, with that being said, it will be Mike Wynn being booked for 2 minutes, and the Breakers head to their first walk-ons power play. They win the ensuing face-off and control the zone. Crowder back on over to Nerland. Now another penalty coming. Nerland loads up and shoots, and that one went all the way in the direction of Crowder. Underwood will think about touching up. The referees did not see that Underwood was using his high IQ to just skate around the puck and shield it and bleed some more time off the initial call. And so at 13:40, we get another call and a golden opportunity for the Breakers to climb back into the hockey game. They're waiting to get it up on the clock before we resume play. It was assessed to Alex Storjahan. They put it up on the Breakers penalty, up on the scoreboard, but of course, that's just a misclick. So they'll continue to try and play with that. The power play group for the Breakers is Henry, Nerland, and Yevdokimov, with Crowder and Bondi the defensive pairing. The Killers include Lucas Texmo, Cody Wickline, and Captain Kirk Underwood. So an elongated, they actually gave 4 minutes to win. So add another 2, or to Storjahan, excuse me. So add another 2 to your sheet there. This is as golden of an opportunity as it gets for Biloxi. Crowder, down low for Henry. Back to Crowder, one-timer. Nerland was blocked down by the captain Underwood. Kept in the zone by Nerland on the clear attempt. Yevdokimov back up to Bondi. Bondi closes in down low. Yevdokimov tried to swipe one through the 5-hole of Babin, but he slammed it shut. Still no clear from Columbus. Nerland backhand feed on over to Henry, near side. Around the circle he goes, cutting to the slot area. One-timer. Nerland turned aside by Babin and not cleared out once again. Grant Bondi with it. Bondi, quick pass for Henry. Henry patrolling once again over towards the slot. Drops it off for Nerland. Nerland back for Henry at the far hash. Nerland again. Into Bondi at the near circle. Top of the key, Nerland. Henry, far side. On over to Crowder below the end line. Cole Crowder moves to his backhand, gets it to Bondi. No net front presence for the Breakers on this power play. Everything perimeter as Crowder's shot is inhaled by Babin, and we get another whistle and a face-off here. 30 seconds to go on the minor to Mike Wynn. 2 minutes and 47 seconds to go on the minor penalty, or the double minor to Alex Storjahan. Henry will glide back into the hash. Big face-off for the Breakers, and he wins it. Back out to Bondi, keeping the same unit out there for Charlie Pence. Nerland, Yevdokimov back to Nerland. Yarrow again, the captain, playing catch with Nerland. Now he escapes it over to Bondi. Nerland once more. Tried a quick snap pass for Henry. Henry will come down to help out the cause. Backhand feed to Bondi. Bondi to the tape of Nerland. Nerland looking down low for Henry. That one ate him up. Puck was on edge. Now another one-timer from Nerland. Goes high and off the windshield and out of play. As released from the sin bin is Mike Wynn, and we'll skate 5-on-4 now for the next 2:15. Breakers need to get one in the next 15 seconds to have a chance for a 2-for-1 on the man advantage. Pikarczyk will take the next face-off. Out there with him is Davidson along with Charbonneau, Hansen, and Conway. As the pass Comes all the way back towards Rosenzweig. We'll see if Columbus will want to change. They do not. And so now we're in the back half of the double minor to Alex Storjahan. This one's chipped in deep. Babbing comes out of his cage to play it. Out to the point for Hansen. Snaps it across. Now closing in. Pikarczyk looking for a backdoor feed for Davidson. Just out of his reach. Takes a funny bounce off the wall. Keeps the Breakers' possession alive. And Pikarczyk has his shot blocked by Wynn back out into the neutral zone. One change made for Columbus as Hansen shoved down behind the play by Rat. Davidson, quick pass over to Conway. Hopped over his stick, and now here come the River Dragons shorthanded. Wickline, 2-on-1, shoots, and a save made by Rosenzweig. Good hit by Davidson, colliding into the hip of Colin Rat down on the near side. He'll go out for a change. Breakers with 68 seconds left to cut the deficit in half. 10:40 to go here in the first period. Crowder across the blue line. Holding, protecting the puck. He's nudged into the wall by Wickline. Yevdokimov peels it off of his twig. Around the wall to Nerland. Number 1 unit back out there for Charlie Pens. On over to Crowder. Crowder with 4 power play goals on the season. Scored on a delayed call last night. Henry turns it over. And now here come the Dragons. All alone, Tyler Barrow to his backhand. Rosenzweig squeezed the legs, and what is the call that they're going to make? Rosenzweig trying to make sure that he can drag the puck out. And certainly looked like it would be a goal. Rosenzweig doesn't think so himself. And it might be another shorthanded tally for Columbus. This one will also be reviewed, you'd have to imagine. So we'll take a quick break for a word from Matt Bowers.
When you think Nissan, think Matt Bowers Nissan d'Iberville, where every new Nissan comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty included. And to keep your new Nissan running well, there's never an appointment needed for express service in our service department. Just stop by for routine maintenance like oil changes, brakes, tires, and batteries. Matt Bowers Nissan is proud to call the coast our home and is proud to sponsor your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart. Buy local. Matt Bowers Nissan, South Mississippi, d'Iberville.
Back here, they are indeed reviewing the call. Charlie Penn's doing his own research down on the Breakers bench with Brett Riley, the assistant, next to him. Jerome Bichard taking a look at his own personal device. Breakers had one reviewed. It was no goal. Columbus reviewing one of their own, a chance to blow this game early at 3-0. Blow it open, I should say, at 3-0. Shots are 13-4 in favor of the River Dragons, as the official is going to head back over to Bichard, who seems to think it's a goal by his own analysis. The official's actually in between the box. That was the linesman that skated over. Here in our Republic Finance first period, Columbus leads it 2-0. And on the verge of making it 3. We'll sit tight here. While we have an extra minute, let's take a look at the waters ahead for your Biloxi Breakers. Tomorrow they'll have their first matinee start of the season, 3 o'clock against the Monroe Moccasins on the road. They're 0-4 against the Mocs this season. That will be a big test for them in their first 3-game road trip as well as the day game. Then on November 26th, the River Dragons come to Biloxi to take on the Breakers. 7:05 start Central Time there. Tickets are $10. You can get them at the Coast Coliseum box office or online on Ticketmaster using code BBREAK in all caps. There'll be $4 Montucky Cold Snaps that night as well, as they have a verdict. And they say a goal. Another shorthanded goal given up by the Breakers as They now trail it 3-0, still with 27 seconds to go on their man advantage. Charlie Penn's crouching over to hear what the official's indication is, and he doesn't seem pleased with the verdict. So Columbus at home running away with this one. The crowd is into it. Everybody up doing the goal dance. Drop the puck again here at 10:06. Just about as bad of a 10 minutes as you could have as a Breakers fan or player. 4 minutes of power play time, nothing to do with it. Most of it on the 5-on-3 as well. Next whistle will be our second media timeout. Breakers need to jump on the scoreboard and make this a 2-goal game by the end of the frame. Columbus is back to full strength. The walk-ons power play 0 for 2 early on in the night. Inside 9.5 minutes to go. It's back on over to Keller. Keller over the blue line. 2-on-1 developing. He tries to go short side on Babin, and the save is made. Blacksmith had it knocked around for a moment. Henry will flip it in deep on Babin, who swats it down, and it'll be settled by Mike Wynn. Now here comes Mike Wynn across the blue line. Looking for a centering feed, held onto by Lucchese. He chips it over to Keller. Keller fighting to get it out of the zone, just barely able to nudge it on over to Trey Fisher. He'll enter across the blue line, looking for options. A centering pass is knocked away by Mike Wynn, who closes him off into the wall. 2-on-1 once again for the Dragons. Shooting one is Hunter. And the save's made by Rosenzweig. Down low. Another shot comes in, turned aside, and Rosenzweig hops on that one to gobble it up. And we'll have our next media timeout at the 8:17 mark. Breakers trailing by 3 now. We'll be back in a few moments right here on Breakers TV.
Strength isn't built in a single race. It's earned, mile after mile, pedal after pedal, step after step. The same endurance that drives athletes to the finish line fuels the steady hands and sharp focus required in surgery. It's about resilience, precision, and commitment in competition and in the operating room. Because true performance means showing up with excellence, no matter the arena.
Welcome you back inside the Columbus Civic Center. Devin Dobeck along with you. Breakers trail it early, 3-0. The shots are tilted 15-4 in favor of Columbus. Stoya has his shot blockered away by Rosenzweig. A delayed call coming against the River Dragons. Rosenzweig heads hard to the bench. Shot for a rebound is going to be touched up by Columbus. Charbonneau now getting into it with Thornton down in the corner. Have not had a fight between these two teams in 6.5 periods. But the Breakers are going to head back to a walk-ons power play, and this time they need to cash in. Almost a must-score opportunity if you're Biloxi. Kevin Sabad is booked for interference. And so the Breakers go man up for the third time tonight. Henry out there to begin the walk-ons power play. It's one back to Davidson. Nerland through the circle shoots. Save made by Babin. Now over on the far wall. 4-man scrum, 3 of them in white uniforms, trying to dig it out and extend the zone time. Nerland has it pop out behind him, and now here comes Columbus. Barrow walking in short-handed. Davidson cuts him off, but it looked like Barrow threw it off the side of the apron of the cage. Crowder slowing things down in the corner. Come back the other way to begin the charge for Biloxi. Crowder. Backhand feed to Yevdokimov. Looking cross ice for Henry. Davidson knocks it back in down low, and it's banged out by Texmo. Barrow will be the first one there. Rosenzweig with a decision to make. Chips it past him on over to Nerland. Nerland quickly over to Davidson. Davidson finds Nerland once more, and he will begin the charge from his own end. 1 minute to go on the minor penalty assessed to Kevin Sabad for interference. Turnover by Davidson. Gets back to Yevdokimov. Crowder now with it. Crowder snapping one through the middle to Yevdokimov. He crosses the blue line, wraps it around. Nerland has it hop over his stick. Crowder, quick pass over through Davidson, and now Columbus with another opportunity developing. It's Wickline, one-on-one against Crowder. Crowder wipes him out. What are they going to call him for here? It's a hold. The indication from the official. Crowder now in his 11th game in Biloxi has a minor penalty in each of those 11 contests. Wipes out the walk-ons power play. And it will set up another Raven and Rose tattoo penalty kill momentarily. Six and a half minutes to go. 3-0 Columbus in front of the Breakers, out shooting them 17-6. Rosenzweig has had his work cut out for him. Conway will start on the draw and able to win it. Back to Fisher. Fisher ties it up in the wall, looking to whack it back around. Blacksmith continues to harass him. He gets spun out now by Rapp, bumped into by Conway. Fisher, good poise to make the play out to Conway. And now 4-on-4, here comes Conway. Moving to his backhand. It's knocked away by Colton. FPHL vet there, 2017-18 FPHL Defenseman of the Year between St. Clair and Port Huron. Blacksmith had a pair of assists last night. He's got 5 points against the Breakers in 2 contests. He crosses the line. Now it's 5-on-4. Breakers able to clear the puck back to Babin, and they'll get just about everybody to change. Fisher now goes off to complete the full change. 5:40 to go here. Period 1. Columbus looking to put this game away early. A 4th goal would really make it tough to come back for Biloxi, but still plenty of time for 3. One-timer turned aside by Rosenzweig off of Hunter's blade. Another whistle coming up at the 5:27 mark. 52 seconds to go for Cole Crowder in the box. The Thornton line out there to kill. Out there with him is Fisher and Wyzak, the defensive pairing. Along with Lucas Pikarczyk. Puck is dropped once again. Colton across the point, and the shot deflects up and out of play once again. We'll get ready for another face-off. It's a mile-high daiquiri. Puck out of play. Closing in on the 5-minute mark here, period 1. It's been all Columbus here early on. Shot totals 18-7 Dragons. Trevor Babin has stopped every threat that's come in his direction. Rosenzweig's been good, but can only do so much. Fisher goes high off the wall, almost another penalty for delay of game there, but it's a perfect clear, forcing the Dragons to reset. Here they come with wheels up the far side. It's Hunter across the blue line. Quick pass for Moore. Moore in the circle, back up top to Colton. On over for Barrow. Storjahan. One-timer Colton goes wide on the glove side of Rosenzweig. Keller just barely able to nudge it out. Charbonneau will go one-on-one with Storjahan. Charbonneau moves through his legs, now cutting to the middle. Low angle shot is turned away by Babin. Charbonneau still searching for his first professional point. Now playing here in his 6th FPHL game. Was out for a couple weeks with a concussion. Barrow touches it over to Storjohn. Breakers able to get the kill this time. Back to full strength. Henry chipping it up the wall, looking to get it to Charbonneau. Columbus with it now. Lucchese swats it out of the zone. Charbonneau will go chase at the end of his shift. Good clear. Drop pass over to Crowder, who gets one on Babin, who turns it aside. Brody Thornton cutting through the middle of the slot. Door-to-door with him is Bondi. Bondi gets it to Charbonneau, who's able to give a good clear so the Breakers can change. And too many men call assessed by Columbus, and it looks like the Breakers are going to head back to the man advantage. It's another Star Cleaners media timeout. We'll take it. Breakers headed back to the man advantage when we return.
Every new Hyundai from Matt Bowers comes with Matt's lifetime warranty included. That's in addition to Hyundai's America's Best Warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and Hyundai Owner Assurance. You get both warranties, making a new Hyundai from Matt Bowers an excellent value. Come visit us today during the Getaway Sales event at our new showroom just off Lorraine Road north of I-10 in Gulfport.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
We're back here inside the Columbus Civic Center. Devin Doback along with you. Another walk-ons power play in store. It's been a sloppy first period as far as discipline goes for both sides, but it's been all Columbus on the score sheet. They lead it 3-0, out shooting the Breakers 18-9, but a chance to generate some momentum back for the visitors with a goal here. Henry, Yevdokimov, and Nerland, the top unit out there with Crowder and Bondi, the pair. Top line is more than due for a goal. Need it here bad. Too many men on the ice, the official call. Kyle Moore will serve the penalty. Crowder looking to get it back to Caden Henry. Nerland comes to help the effort. It's wrapped back all the way on over to Yevdokimov. Cut off by Thornton. He'll tie it up in the wall. Wait for help. Gets it for a moment. Still the puck loose. Backhand. Oh, what a save. Caden Henry had a chance to get the Breakers on the sheet again, and another big-time stop by Babin. On over to Henry once more. Down low looking for Crowder on the doorstep, and it goes wide. Still loose. Turned on goal. Henry holding to the middle. Shoots, and another big save made by Babin. Bondi with Yevdokimov calling for it. One-touch pass to Crowder. Crowder walks in. Looking to shoot one. It deflected wide. Down low, Henry gets it to Yevdokimov. Stoya pinning Yarrow into the wall, then pulls him down with authority. And the puck will be cleared the length of the ice down towards Rosenzweig. 2:44 to go here, period one. 3-0 the Dragons in front. Pikarczyk flipping one down into the corner. Will be chased by Hansen. Davidson looked to slam into the wall to make sure the puck didn't get by him, but it did. And Conway will begin things back out of his own end once more. 24 seconds to go on the power play. Breakers have not had much pressure. Couple good saves by Babin, but Henry has been the only one to even sniff the twine. Puck back in their own zone, not where it should be. Davidson might have got whacked on the arm. Another penalty coming against Columbus. Breakers are going to keep their power play alive as Columbus back to full strength, but as Moore touches up, the call will be confirmed, and it's going to be a slashing call coming up against Columbus in what's been a period filled with penalty minutes. Colin Radd, who had a pair last night of penalties, will go serve for slashing. So Breakers will be on the man advantage the rest of the frame. Another walk-ons power play. The referees continuing to make the calls to give them a chance, but Biloxi has got to capitalize. 0 for 6 last night, 0 for 3 early on here tonight. And when you have 4 first period power plays as the number 1 unit coming into the weekend, you got to find a way to cash in. Bondi on over for Yevdokimov. Crowder has it jump off of his blade. Backhand feedback over for Nerland. Bondi, top of the key, back to Nerland. Nerland spinning to keep control of the puck. Trying a quick pass back over for Yevdokimov, and it's cleared the full length. Rosenzweig paddles it down to settle. Grant Bondi will begin the charge back from behind his own cage once more. Fans on the pass attempt. Storjahan trying to get it quickly back to Barrow. Barrow back over to the far side. Storjahan will lose the race to Caden Henry. Henry wheeling around his own goal. Couple stick checks from Storjahan. Then he holsters it to make sure there's no hooking call. Henry back out to Nerland. On over to Yevdokimov. 55 seconds to go, period 1. Henry's one touch, blew up on him. Yevdokimov from a low angle. Sends it all the way to the far side where Conway picks it up off the wall. Henry tried to cut to the middle. Wynn snuffs that opportunity out. Saucer pass for Nerland again. On over Yevdokimov shoots. Save made by Babin. Back out to the point. Nerland steps up and it's peeled away by Hunter. Here come the Dragons again. Even numbers the other way. Pass in front, and Rosenzweig didn't have to make this save, but a dangerous opportunity for Storjahan once more. Conway for Charbonneau. Across the blue line. Charbonneau holding. Pinching back down low, below the end line. Sending it off the tape of Pikarczyk. It skitters into the neutral zone. 5 seconds to go in the first period. Hansen. Area pass across. Yevdokimov was going off for a change. Charbonneau in the neutral zone will skate out the remaining time. And that will do it for the opening 20 minutes here in Biloxi. Columbus all over the score sheet. The shots did level off a little bit, 18-12 in favor of the Dragons, but they have all 3 goals here early on. They lead it. We'll take a break for our first intermission report and be back right here on Breakers TV. All right, we welcome Carter Thornton, Breakers forward, to the show. Carter, thanks so much for joining me.
Yes, sir. How's it going, guys?
Happy to have you on, Carter. As I like to do with every guy, we like to start from the beginning. What brought you from the beginning to where you are here today? So take us through your early hockey journey growing up in Oshawa, Ontario.
I grew up on the ice pretty much. I was skating before I could even walk. Started playing AAA when I was about 6 or 7 years old, and then played until I was like 15. Then I went down to AA for 2 years, and then over to Ajax AAA my major midget year.
Yeah, we're going to talk all about, especially your time with the Jacks, but going back even a little bit earlier, who taught you the game? Was it something that run in your family? We know you have a few relatives who are in the game, but who taught you the game?
Pretty much myself, and then my dad's friend, and then my uncle. There's just 3 of us, me and my little cousin, and then my older uncle on my mom's side are the only hockey players. So it was my dad's friend that taught me how to skate and play hockey pretty much.
Did you have a favorite NHL team growing up to get into it, or a favorite NHL player?
Yeah, I was watching Washington Capitals, Alexander Ovechkin, of course, Semin, a couple guys, Backstrom.
You mentioned your cousin, of course, Anson Thornton. You have a very close relationship with him. How do you help each other and stay connected on your respective hockey journeys? He's currently in the AHL of the Utah Mammoth, but pretty cool you have a great relationship to stay in touch with him.
So Anson, he actually got me back into hockey after COVID. COVID was in Ontario for about 3 years, so I was going to stop playing. I'm about 3 years older than him, so I got a few years on him. So just seeing him sign at such a young age to the OHL and then to the NHL without even playing a junior game is pretty eye-opening. So I just thought I could jump back into it, and just with his help getting back into the gym, and he's helped me a lot in this journey for sure.
And I understand you talk to him on the phone a decent amount. What are those conversations like? Is that just touching base with each of your journeys or bouncing ideas off of each other? How does that go?
It's pretty much everything, just catching up about how he's doing, if he's up in Utah or back down in Tucson. or just how I'm doing over here, especially about me getting traded over here into the Breakers. But we just been staying in contact every day pretty much, just about the little things.
So going back once again to your time in Port Perry with the Mojacks and the PJCHL, you have 48 goals, 50 assists, and 167 penalty minutes across your 79 games and 2 seasons there. Was that 2-year span where you felt your hockey journey could really take you somewhere?
Yeah, for sure. Those 2 years, my buddy actually brought me back. I was working a full-time job, so then my buddy actually brought me back into junior hockey at 19, and then I just carried it on, and I did pretty good. And then COVID actually took my OA year, so once I lost that, that's where I started to slope downwards, and then got back into it because of Anson.
Seems like he's had quite the impact on your life, and that's really cool to see within the family. Yeah. But I mentioned those 167 penalty minutes. What do you attribute that to? Is it your aggressive style of game or sticking up for your teammates? Where does that come from?
Yeah, exactly. I try to play like a Brad Marchand. Not many people like him, but like it's if you have him on your team, you do like him. If you're playing against him, he's a little tough. But I've sort of gotten away from that game as of right now, so hopefully I get back to it for sure.
How important do you see the physical element of your game? Because you said you pride yourself on being that guy that teams don't want to play against, but you want on your team, and you've gotten a little bit away from the physical play, but how does it round your game and make you a better player?
It just makes me feel like I'm playing a full 110% game instead of just 75 or 85. I can get the boys going, get myself going. If I miss the net or something, I get upset with myself. So if I can go hit somebody the next shift or bring up the boys with that hit, then I'm doing my job at least 50% until I put that puck in the back of the net.
And so you mentioned the break that you took from hockey around the COVID time after your time in Port Perry, but diving deeper into it, what went into your decision to get back and want to play the game again at a professional level?
Just seeing how far my cousin took it at such a young age, and just working, honestly. Those 9 to 5s, you don't really want to do that. And I started at 19 years old, 18 years old, so not too young, but just doing those 9 to 5s, it wasn't for me. So I just had to get back on that ice and take away all the pressure that I was feeling in those jobs and stuff, and getting back into the game because that's the love of my life.
So in 2023, you turned pro. You joined the Watertown Wolves in the FPHL. 2 full seasons there, very similar to your junior numbers, 42 goals, 53 assists across 107 games played. Watertown had their ups and downs, but how was your experience playing for them? Of course, your first pro team, and you had 2 long tenures there, which is rare at this point in the FPHL.
So Watertown was like a second home for me straight from the jump. I went there about 2 weeks early. Penn's brought me in, and so I was up there before the season even started or even training camp, and it was my second home, and just playing in front of that like small rink, but there's so many fans in there, it just looks big. So it's just having all that support. It was just like having a second family all around outside of the rink as well.
Looking back, do you feel as if there was some unfinished business in Watertown? Of course, you guys were at the top of the standings most recently last season before Charlie Penn's exited from the team, but it seemed like that group had a deep chemistry and a chance to go far. Do you feel any sort of uneasiness looking back at what could have been?
Yeah, for sure. We had a good group in that room for sure. It wasn't just a little boys club here, boys club there. We were all one. It was just before Christmas, those 3 games, and we got that news. It was actually heartbreaking, to be honest, because it just the room took a whole shot. It wasn't just individually, it was everybody took a whole shot, from the top of the staff to our goalies, you know what I mean? So it just now that we're back here, and we do have about 8 or 9 guys from that Watertown team, I'm sure we could bring it over here. It was definitely a sad thing that happened over in Watertown, because like I said, it is my second home, so just being over there and seeing all that happen, it was hard.
Strength isn't built in a single race. It's earned, mile after mile, pedal after pedal, step after step. The same endurance that drives athletes to the finish line fuels the steady hands and sharp focus required in surgery. It's about resilience, precision, and commitment in competition and in the operating room. Because true performance means showing up with excellence no matter the arena. Looking for your next ride? Get more at Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport. Every new Hyundai comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty on top of Hyundai's America's Best warranty and owner assurance. No one on the coast offers more, so why go anywhere else? Visit us today during the Getaway Sales event happening now just off Lorraine Road north of I-10. Official sponsor of your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, Jello shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Gulf Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cohen Road, Suite B, Gulfport.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
Recharge your body. Reset your mind. Revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logo stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Foshi Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Foshi Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit foshiresidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
Every new Hyundai from Matt Bowers comes with Matt's lifetime warranty included. That's in addition to Hyundai's America's Best warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and Hyundai Owner Assurance. You get both warranties, making a new Hyundai from Matt Bowers an excellent value. Come visit us today during the Getaway Sales event at our new showroom just off Lorraine Road north of I-10 in Gulfport.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport.
When injury knocks you out, Bienvo Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Bienville Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Hello out there, we're on the air. It's hockey night tonight. Tension grows, the whistle blows, and the puck goes down the ice. The goalie jumps and the players bump and the fans all go insane. Someone roars, Bobby scores at the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Where players dash and skates and flash, the home team trails behind. But they grab the puck and go bursting up and they're down across the line. They storm the crease like bumblebees. They travel like a burning flame. We see them slide the puck inside. It's a good old hockey game.
We welcome you back inside the Columbus Civic Center. Devin Dobeck along with you. The Dragons lead the Breakers 3-0. Let's take a look at our intermission summary here as we get ready to go here in period 2. Through 20 minutes of play, the score 3-0 Columbus. The shots leveled off. Biloxi did not have one in the opening 6 minutes of play, but they found a way to get a dozen in the back half of the frame. 18-12 the total there. Columbus 1 for 2 on the power play. The number that really jumps out at you is the Breakers 0 for 5. The number one unit coming into the weekend is now a cumulative 0 for 11 through 4 periods. 12 penalty minutes for the Dragons, 4 for the Breakers. Biloxi has just not been able to do anything. They've also surrendered their Continental Division worst 6th shorthanded goal. So something to keep an eye out as the special teams continue to be an issue for the Breakers. Taking a look at our intermission summary. It has not been Josh Rosenzweig's fault here tonight. He stopped 15 of 18, and the ones that were scored were all pretty good goals. As for Columbus, a minute 48 in on the power play, Alex Storjahan picks up his 3rd of the season, followed by a rip over the glove side of Rosenzweig. The only one he maybe could have had, but it was a rocket. Zabad gets his 5th at 2:14, just 26 seconds later. And then at 9:54, during a Breakers power play, Tyler Barrow comes down and scores a shorthanded goal. His 7th of the season. Trevor Babin at the other end has been perfect with 12 saves on 12 shots. Has also come up with some big-time stops here. So we're just about 2 or so minutes away from the second period of play. Let's take a quick break for a word from our sponsor before we get back.
Recharge your body. Reset your mind. Revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logo stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
When things heat up, You don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
It's going to be a brief 9-second power play for the Breakers as they return to the ice here for period 2. A tough first period, as I mentioned, did not have a shot through the opening 6 minutes. So need to find a way to generate some more momentum at Babin's end. There's still 40 minutes of play, so plenty of time to make something happen if you're the Breakers. Just got to find a way to limit Columbus. You can score 4 goals, but you can't let Columbus continue to pile on. Rosenzweig's done everything he can to put his team in a good position and kept it as close as he could. Everybody will continue to finish up their warm-up laps here as we get set to go ourselves here in period 2.
All right, Columbus, let's make some noise in here.
Columbus fans are ready to go. They had a lot to cheer about in period 1. Let's see if period 2 fares them the same. As we're back underway here inside the Columbus Civic Center. Quickly, it comes back into the offensive zone for the Breakers. Nudge back out to center as Colin Ratt is released from the box. Here comes Ratt, a quick pass across. Conway took down a man, official's arm stayed down. Nerland, clean entry back the other way over to Yevdokimov, who shoots the rebound. Nerland somehow didn't find a home for it, and we play on. Aldi Nerland had a chance to bury that one home. An early opportunity goes awry, and then Rosenzweig has to make a tremendous save back the other way. Nerland leading the charge. Bumps into Mike Wynn on the near wall, but he's able to play it back over to Ryan Hunter. Hunter run into by Conway. And now Charbonneau cuts off his man. Pass goes awry back out to the point. 1 minute gone by here in the second period. Crowder tied up with his man. Nerland will pound it around the wall for Stoya, who pinballs it down low to Blacksmith. Out to the point for Thornton. His quick shot off the knob of the stick of Rosenzweig and off the glass. Low angle look from Hunter. Blocked down by Crowder, and then the next pass. Out to the blue line, but not out. And finally, Charbonneau finishes the task at hand. Storjahan into the skates of Crowder. Now gets it back to the middle. Barrow scores. Tyler Barrow picking up the loose change in the slot. Columbus dominating the zone time, dominating on the scoreboard, and Biloxi can do nothing but shake their heads as they trail it now 4-0. Nothing our score here. Just a minute and a half gone by. Biloxi's workload has already grown. Right back into the zone. River Dragons back to work. Barrow's backhand opportunity swatted away by Rosenzweig. Barrow with his second of the night on the goal there. Next pass hops over his stick back out towards the Columbus zone. Stoya up the wall in the direction of Barrow. It bleeds through all the way back for Grant Bondi to play. Bondi goes up the wall, takes a funny bounce. It would have been Barrow's puck had it not taken that bounce. Right back into the zone. Wyzak misplayed it for a moment, and now here comes Curtis Hansen. Swatted back towards Thornton, who tried to force it to Hansen. Gets his own loose change down in the wall. Got taken down with a stick, and another call coming from the officials as Thornton does what he's done best since switching to the Biloxi uniform and drawing penalties. Lucas Texmo can't believe it. Didn't think there was much there, but Biloxi's going to head yet again to the power play. So their 6th crack on the walk-ons man advantage. As Caden Henry comes in to take the ensuing faceoff. It's one back to the point for Aldi Nerland. In the far circle. Crowder over to Yevdokimov, whose quick shots turned aside by Babin. And another whistle coming at 17:32. No one has dropped the gloves for either side, and as this game gets out of hand, you might not see one tonight, unless Biloxi has some tensions boil over. Ensuing faceoff is won by the Dragons. Crowder down in the corner, working tenaciously to keep the possession alive. It spits back out to Caden Henry. Backhand feedback for Crowder. Crowder, saucer pass cut off by the Dragons and turned over. Now here comes Pizzamenti breaking it out on over to Wickline, looking back for Pizzamenti, and Conway swats it to safety. Yevdokimov had it knocked away by Wynn. Nerland gets it back to Yarrow. Yevdokimov in for Crowder. Crowder to the backhand, couldn't finish on Babin. Behind the goal, Yevdokimov looked to swing it out to the point. Him and Mike Wynn get knocked up for a moment, and then the next pass goes through Conway all the way back towards Rosenzweig. 1 minute to go on the minor for tripping to Lucas Texmo. Back over to the near side for Crowder. He hits the brakes and is able to shake Zabad. Nerland's drive goes wide on the stick side. Pikarczyk in front. Crowder's turned aside again by Babin. A big save there from the Dark Knight. Nerland on over once again. Pass to the middle by Crowder. Bleeds through. Conway shoots. Glove save made by Babin. Shots are 21-16 in favor of the River Dragons, but they've got all 4 that count, leading it 4-0. As the crowd shows their appreciation for their netminder and Babin. On the ensuing draw, it's tied up. Pikarczyk knocks it down low. It comes out to the point, 30 seconds to go on the power play. Zabad springs free as Bondi got burned by the puck. Zabad shoots, save made Rosenzweig. He'll get a quick whistle from the official as he was looking to play it back out and keep the possession alive. Instead, he'll settle for a defensive zone draw. Breakers have just had as minimal success as you can on the man advantage tonight. Columbus continuing to make mistakes and give them opportunities to climb back into the hockey game, but Biloxi, when given them, has basically just thrown them out. Given up a shorthanded goal as well. Bondi will start the charge from behind his own goal. Pikarczyk on over to Charbonneau. Staying onside was Davidson. He'll go to try and track down the loose puck. Area pass back over to the far side. Charbonneau's the first one there. He fans on the swing pass attempt as back to full strength are the Dragons. Now a chance in front. Davidson digging away at it on Babin, who was down on his back, and he makes another good save. Thornton uses his body to slam into Davidson, and the Columbus crowd once again showing their appreciation for Babin. Thornton had it knocked away, was playing a little soccer for a moment, and now maybe a breakaway back the other way. Here's Hunter in all alone, and he scores on Rosenzweig. Breakers have lost 3 in a row. And it looks like that's going to go to 4 if they can't find a way to do something and fast. Just nothing going right. Keller sends it in deep. Schlepp out there. He'll go hard into the wall and tie up the puck where it's controlled. Lucchese sends one in, they score. The Breakers get one back. Immediately after the 5th, Lucchese sends one in from the point. And Blake Keller, with the deflection goal, picks up his first of the season, and it's 5-1. The boos rain in from the Columbus faithful as Biloxi finally with a positive note. 5-1 is our score. Right at the 15-minute mark exactly. Next whistle will be our first media timeout of the second. AJ Schlepp getting out there, getting a shift. Started the play in the corner. And Lucchese's shot tipped home by Keller. Schlepp is credited with his first professional point on the goal there. So congratulations to AJ Schlepp. Another chance in front. Barrow almost had a hat trick, not even halfway into the contest. It's going down is Charbonneau that time, and Columbus is going to be shorthanded once more. It continues to pile up on the penalty sheet. We're going to take a break, step aside. 5-1, the Breakers back to the power play.
When injury knocks you out, Bienvo Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back. Back in the game. Back in motion. Back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Bienville Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
Back here inside the Columbus Civic Center, Devin Novak along with you. Liam Gadamer's fired up, and why wouldn't he be? His group leads it 5-1 over the Breakers here at home in front of a raucous crowd, at least 3,000, if not closer to 3,500, which has been the average for Columbus, especially on our side. It might even be closer to 4,000. We'll have to get an official number later as the Breakers head back to the walk-ons power play. It's Tyler Barrow given a slashing minor. And it's another penalty kill for the Dragons, but they've been 100% in that department as Conway's shot whistles over the crossbar. Down low you have Dakamov back in the direction of Crowder, and now a chance. Springing free is Pizzamenti, but he got closed off in a sandwich of Nerland and Conway. Unable to complete the play. This puck sent out into the neutral zone. You have Dakamov wasn't ready for it, and Biloxi will reset as soon as they began the charge. Here comes Crowder. Through the neutral zone, drops it off to Conway. He'll enter across the blue and dump it in to go chase himself into the end wall. Tied up with the captain, Underwood. Sent hard around and all the way out inadvertently by Crowder. And Biloxi will reset once more. Into the skates, you have Dakamov. Across the blue line with a burst of speed. Goes all the way around Babin. Continues to hold, back up to Bondi. Backhander, back over to Yevdokimov. Bondi again. Shoots one through traffic, almost tipped in front by Crowder. As Babin holds on to it at 13-12, we get another face-off. 36 seconds to go on the minor penalty assessed to Tyler Barrow. Davidson will take the ensuing face-off. Opposite of him, Colin Ratt. It's controlled by the Dragons, and they're able to bank it out. Thornton will be the first one there. He sends it through the middle of the ice over to Bondi. Now Pikarczyk to his backhand, able to ladle it in deep. On the forecheck, Charbonneau forces a turnover. Back out for Thornton. One touch, one-timer for Pikarczyk. Turned aside by Babbitt. Bondi, Pikarczyk. Floats one through traffic, almost banged home on the doorstep. Davidson was sitting there patiently. He nudges it back over to Pikarczyk once more. Cut off behind the goal, and Ratt able to clear. Fresh out of the box is Tyler Barrow. And the walk-ons power play comes to an end once more as the puck is iced by Columbus. Columbus has returned the majority of their core. 11 skaters from last year's team coming back to play here again. And then they've added. Josh Colton, of course, comes to mind as a guy who stepped up and taken some workload. The Texmo brothers, Joel has been out for a little while, but scored his first pro goal a couple weeks ago, I should say. And Lucas continues to pile up the assists. Then Matt Stoya comes in. You get your physicality on the back end, someone I bet the Breakers wish they could have about now. Fisher flipping it up to Thornton. Banked into the neutral zone towards the other Thornton. Brody wearing a purple sweater. Blacksmith across the blue line gets caught offside. 12:05, another draw coming. Shots are pretty even, but quality over quantity has been a theme either way for the Breakers this season. Columbus has had the much more quality opportunities, the odd man rushes, the clear shooting lanes, the prime scoring areas. Biloxi has just had a bunch of shots through traffic, couple rushes, but just nothing that has given Babin too many problems other than a couple Caden Henry chances in the first period. As next faceoff is won by the Breakers. Quick pass on over to Henry. He'll enter across the blue line. Henry holding one, looking to center it for Yevdokimov. As now there's a big hit down in the corner on Caden Henry, and Columbus is going to head shorthanded for a trip. It's Mike Wynn once again, the guilty party. Power play door opens once again for Biloxi. They're 0 for 7 on the night, getting their 8th opportunity here. So another walk-ons power play. The crowd does not like it, voicing their displeasure as they typically do. Here in our Aaron's second period of action. Colton and Yevdokimov receiving an explanation from the official as we get ready to drop it once again for another Biloxi man advantage opportunity. Face-off is won back to Nerland. Quickly on over to Yevdokimov. Conway. Yevdokimov again. Down low for Crowder. Crowder had it flipped up off a deflection by Stoya. So no delay of game penalty, but another face-off set to come as the referees scramble to grab another frozen biscuit from in between the glass, and we'll get ready to drop it again. Henry wins it cleanly back to Conway. Conway's quick shot turned aside by Babin. Yevdokimov hard around the wall, takes a funky bounce off the stanchion and goes right to Barrow one-on-one. Lost a handle on it, backing it on Conway, and Biloxi picks the possession back on up. Here comes Henry with a burst of speed up the near side. Sent it to Yevdokimov. Those two out of sync tonight. Not something you see too often. Yarrow on the back check. Receives it once more. Conway back over to Yevdokimov. A little hard off the back of his twig. Goes in deep. Stoya able to clear it past Aldi Nerland on the far side. And Rosenzweig will settle it down. 1 minute to go on the Win minor for tripping. Conway into the neutral zone. Nerland, a stick lift, able to get it to Crowder briefly. Davidson in stride is going to have Crowder caught offside, and we'll have another face-off coming at the 10:40 mark. Biloxi just not a whole lot of sustainability on these power play opportunities. Already their third here in the second period. They're 8th in the game in 80 minutes. So that means 16 minutes of those 30 have been penalty minutes for the River Dragons. And Biloxi has not only been unsuccessful, but they have been getting dominated on the score sheet at 5-1. Pikarczyk back up to Bondi. Pikarczyk again outside the circle. Spun down once more by Texmo. No call this time. Bondi just barely able to keep it. Pikarczyk shooting one. Save made by a player out in front. Texmo it was. Davidson tried to center one and then lost his edge. He spins into the wall. And then Charbonneau takes a hit behind the play as well himself. Bondi across the blue line, snaps it over to Charbonneau. Dragons are back to full strength. 8 for 8 on the kill they are. Thornton at the blue line, had it knocked away by Pizzamenti, who will immediately go off for a change as Columbus back in control of the puck. Across the midway point here, period 2. Devin Novak along with you on Breakers TV, YouTube, Sport VM 106.3, Super Talk, Mississippi. Brandon Lucchese back in the direction of AJ Schlepp, goes just out of his reach. Back over to the far side. Fisher picks it up off the wall. Over the blue line he comes and shoots one. Save made by Babin. Area pass to the far side by Moore. Hunter in a race with Hansen. Hansen cue balls it back into the near zone. Schlepp's outlet pass taken away, and then the puck goes through his stick. He gets hit hard into the wall. Big man, big contact, shook the whole stanchion. Ryan Hunter slams into him there. Fisher then blows up Hunter down in the near wall. Some physical play picking up here in our second period. Fisher below the end line, taken down by Rat. Referees will not call this one. Keller fishing it out of trouble, turned it over. Another quick shot hit the back of Hunter's leg. He gets pushed off out of the crease by Fisher. Lucchese over to Schlepp. Schlepp backhand feed for Hansen. Finds some space over on the far side. He'll enter the zone. Keller way ahead of the play, gets caught offside. And it's our next media timeout. We will take it. 5-1 is our score. The Breakers trail it back in a few moments.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Foshi Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Foshi Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit foshiresidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
Eight minutes and 13 seconds to go in our second period. The shots are even at 23 apiece, but the score, the Dragons 5, the Breakers 1. The Breakers are 0 for 8 on the power play tonight. That's been the story of it. As you get a nice wide shot of the arena there. Nice full crowd here in Columbus tonight on Cancer Awareness Night. Now they got Ric Flair up on the Jumbotron firing up the crowd. Henry will take the next draw against Barrow. Face-off is won by Barrow. Back into the defensive zone, the Dragons with it. Backhand feed over to Blacksmith, taken away and sent in front. Almost was trouble, but Babin able to knock it away. Storjahan stretching it out to Blacksmith. Quickly, he serpentines through the defense, and his shot went wide. Henry. Back out into the neutral zone. First one there was Wynn. He sends it back in the direction of Rosenzweig. Bondi tied up on the wall, able to create a pass back over to Wyzak. Wyzak shoots one in on Babin, who will kick that one aside. Crowder with the puck on his tape. Banking one for Yevdokimov. A good look there, but a better stick from Mike Wynn to knock it away. Wyzak again, below the end line, collides with the official for a moment. Nerland out of his own end, moves around a couple Dragons, now with a burst of speed through the neutral zone. Had it knocked away by Thornton. Nerland has to touch up back on side, allowing Columbus to maintain control of the puck. Hansen looked to knock it away from Thornton, who's immediately back into the zone. Fisher, hard off the wall, goes past Davidson. And Thornton will slow things down behind the safety of his own goal once again. Let's go Dragons chant picks back up. Sabad run into by Crowder in the end wall. Crowder wiped himself out as well. Now a turnover. Wickline had it knocked away by Hansen, who's able to chip it out. Thornton will go look to track it down. Hansen back in the direction of Thornton. It was deflected into the corner area. Thornton looking to kick it to his forehand. Couldn't pull it off. And it's flipped out once again by Columbus. Fisher in the neutral zone. Accepts a hit from Ryan Galvin to play the puck in deep. Inside 6 minutes to go here in our second period action. Columbus up 5-1. Toe drag move to the middle by it was Kyle Moore that time. And Rosenzweig comes up with another big-time stop. Pikarczyk too close to get it to Conway. Sent back into the zone. Fisher accepts a hit from Moore. Makes the play to Pikarczyk. Sent in deep. First one there is Underwood. Run into by Charbonneau. Lucchese banks it out of the zone, but Texmo rejects it right back in. Lucchese has it stopped for a moment by Rosenzweig. He comes back over to the right side. On for Charbonneau. 1-on-2 back the other way against a couple of Dragons. Run into the wall hard by Underwood. And then gives a hit of his own after the fact. Colin Ratt motoring through the neutral zone. With a burst of speed around Lucchese. Continuing to protect the puck throughout a few slashes. Shakes off Lucchese. Behind the goal he goes once more. Run into by Bondi. Working tenaciously at him. At the far circle now. Saucer pass in the area of Texmo's picked up in the near circle. Back around the wall. Lucchese can't get there first. Knocked away by Conway. And now the Breakers 2-on-2 back the other way. Charbonneau looking to get it to Conway. It was thwarted. And Columbus back in possession. Storjahan across the blue line. Sends one that's sticked away by Rosenzweig. Would have been offline anyway. Now Barrow was streaking to the goal mouth. Saucer pass hopped over his stick. Nerland picks it up, heads the other way. Nerland, backhand feed, tried to get it to Yevdokimov, but door-to-door with him was Colton. Here's Blacksmith now. Maybe numbers for the Dragons. A 3-on-2 developing. Pass across, taken away by Crowder. Banked it back into the neutral zone. Inside 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go here in our second period action. 5-1 score in favor of Columbus. Fisher stretching it out to Yevdokimov. He couldn't poke it over to Nerland, and it comes in deep again. Rosenzweig, no choice but to come out and play it. Spoons one on over to Galvin. Sabad had his pocket picked, and we get a whistle, and this will be our final media timeout of period number 2. Score remains 5-1. Columbus in full control of this one. Back in a few moments.
When injury knocks you out, Bienvo Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Bienville Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
Back here inside the Columbus Civic Center, penalty assessed to Ryan Galvin, so the Breakers head back to the man advantage once again. It's a walk-ons power play. 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go on the second period clock. Biloxi can scratch across one more. Who knows what will happen in the third? They scored 3 goals in 5 minutes against Monroe in the third period a couple weeks ago. If they can do that, they can score on anybody. Although Babin has put together a tremendous performance in between the pipes tonight. High sticking call is the penalty. Crowder for Nerland. Those two a little too close together as Nerland forced to send it to the far side where Sabad, with all kinds of time, able to flip it out. Henry in stride, gets it on over for Yevdokimov. Back to Henry. Henry all the way around the goal. Tried to send it back post in the direction of Yevdokimov, but he was following him on the trail. Sabad almost sprung a breakaway the other way. Nerland down low. Yevdokimov, quick shot off the side of the post by Henry. Comes back out to the point again. Conway for Yevdokimov. Back to Conway. Cross ice saucer for Nerland. Nerland around the wall hard for Yevdokimov, who tried to play it back for Crowder, broken up. Puck spits free to Conway. Yevdokimov again for Crowder. Crowder shoots, and he missed everything there. Over the crossbar, that one goes and out. Conway for Crowder. He's mushed into the wall by Sabad, and the puck jumps back over the blue line here. Just above 2 minutes remaining as Yevdokimov touches that one, and Crowder, who got crunched into the wall, appears to be laboring getting back on the bench, and he was slow to touch up for the offside. Hope that Cole is okay, but keep an eye out for that. Could be a major loss for Biloxi. Draw comes back out to center. One back to Stoya. He chips one on over to Bondi. A little ping pong early on here after the ensuing face-off. Bondi taking his time, banks one for Charbonneau, who wraps it on in. Babin plays it off the wall back over to Stoya, and Stoya able to clear it to the glove of Bondi once more. Bondi protecting the puck. Sends it over for Charbonneau, who gets it to Davidson. He sidesteps a man over the blue line. Shot goes wide as Columbus is back to full strength once more. Walk-ons power play 0 for 9 now. Rosenzweig way out to play it of his cage. Could have been dangerous there. Now Columbus right back into the zone with numbers. Closing in. Galvin rings one off the crossbar and out. It goes out of play here with 1 minute and 4 seconds to go on the second period clock. Another face-off will come. Columbus outscoring the Breakers in the second frame, just 2-1 after 3-0 in the opening frame. Shots are 24-23 in favor of the River Dragons still. That total has not moved in a few minutes as Texmo cranks it back down low where Fisher picks it up. Inside 50 seconds to go. He went down for a moment, back up to his feet to play it out of the zone. Took a little too long there. Keller comes out to help. Fisher lost his twig. This could be trouble. It's now Lucchese going to cover Fisher on the far side. Pass to the middle, broken up by Keller. Gave it right back to Blacksmith. His shot flutters over the crossbar. Schlepp tied up with Blacksmith for a moment there. That diffuses quickly. Keller flips it in for himself to go chase. Columbus sends it hard back over towards the Breaker bench. Blacksmith quickly on over to Barrow. Barrow on hat-trick watch with 2 already. Lucchese gives him a few slashes. And this one comes back out into the neutral zone. Maybe a little time for a Nerland chance. He closes in with time. The pass cross as the horn sounds does not go for the Breakers. And they'll take their 5-1 deficit into the room here. 24-23, the shots on goal in favor of the River Dragons. But in the period, the Breakers outshoot Columbus 11-6. A lot of power play time, 0 for 9 in that regard. We'll take another break for our second intermission and come back for the Breakers and the River Dragons. Third period coming up next. As we head into our second intermission presented by Coastal Prince.
And I think it also speaks volumes to what Charlie Penns means and his impact on a specific group. It was Watertown, now it's the Breakers, and he's trying to build that culture once again. We'll talk more about that in a bit. But this past offseason, you get drafted to the Topeka Scarecrows in the expansion. You play 7 games there, 3 points. Were you surprised to be moved there in the expansion? And just kind of what was that journey like your first time getting moved in your pro career?
Yeah, so I thought I was protected in Watertown, and then I got the call from Robbie Nichols, and then just all throughout the summer he was calling me, getting my hopes up, and I went over there, and it was exactly what he said, and I wasn't playing the best, and that's probably why I got shipped over, but I'm happy to be with Charlie Penns again, because like I said, he's took me in for my first year of pro, my second year of pro after I snapped my arm, so he's like an older brother to me, and he helped me a lot, so having him over here, it's going to be very good for Biloxi for sure.
You mentioned your call with Robbie Nichols. How was your call with Charlie Penns when he told you you're going to be a Breaker?
I was really good. I was a little shocked because he just called me after Robbie had told me the news, but yeah, no, just hearing his voice and just how happy he was to get me over here. It's a little relief that I'm back with him. You know what I mean? So it helps with my self-esteem for sure.
Played 4 games here in Biloxi. You have an assist. You're currently sitting at 99 points in your FPHL career. What would it mean to you to hit that 100-point milestone?
I've been at it for a few games here. It's starting to take a toll, but I got to get it off my back, and that 100-point, it's going to, hopefully after that, I'm going to keep it rolling, but that 100-point is going to feel great for sure.
As someone with a lot of games under their belt, you have over 100, well over 100 for that matter, and counting, but how can you shape this younger group here in Biloxi using the experiences you've had from your past?
Just stay as one. Like it's a long season. Some people are gonna get hurt. Some people aren't gonna get hurt. Some people are gonna be traded and some aren't. So it's just trying to stay one, meet those new guys, bring them into the family that we do have inside that change room, and just continue to keep it going day by day, week by week.
What are your thoughts on the current state of the team? 3-5-1, but they've showed flashes. The offense has been incredible. You've got some teammates atop the league ranks in points. But where do you see this team going? Obviously, they need some defense and to keep the puck out of the net, but the offense is great, and it seems like there's potential. Where do you see them headed?
Honestly, I think we're going to take it very far in this season. We just got to, like you said, we need some defense here. We do have some good defense. It's just we got to stay as 5 on the ice and not try to take it too far and rush things out, and just take it time by time and just try not to rush things, really.
One of the biggest changes for you from Watertown to Biloxi has got to be the arena. You come from the Watertown Municipal Arena that can comfortably sit maybe 1,000 or 1,200 or so. Now you're playing in the largest venue in the league that can sit up to 8,500, maybe 9,000. But what do you make of the Coast Coliseum? Pretty cool venue to play at?
Oh yeah, it's unreal. It's a whole shift, a whole 180 for sure from Watertown, and the rink is unbelievable. The staff are good there. It was a huge eye-opener for sure.
The crowds have been right around 2,000 fans a night here at the Coast Coliseum, but big crowds can have impacts on the game.
Yep.
As a player yourself, how can the fans directly impact the game going on with their energy and noise?
Oh, the momentum change. It's especially like we get that 3-on-2 rush or whatever, and the stands or the fans start screaming up in the stands. It's we hear it down there on the ice, so it's especially when we kill a penalty or we score on a power play. Hearing that noise and hearing the building get loud, it's very, very good for our self-esteem for sure.
Wrapping up here, Thorts, but what kind of culture is being cultivated? I always like to end by asking everybody that question. What is Charlie Penn's trying to do with this group, and how is it going to be the difference going forward this season?
Trying to get a tough team here, a close-knit team for sure, and just like I said, stay as a one and not just an I, and just keep going, and just keep pushing each and every day, and play that tough game in full 60 minutes for sure.
We're going to go a little off script here, Thorts, but one thing that I'd like to talk about is your time playing in Jamaica. Of course, you played in some regular season tournaments throughout a handful of games there in Jamaica. So take us through that experience on an international scale.
So I've been on the team since they came around back in 2012, I would say. It was talked about beforehand, but it was just ran out of Toronto, back in my hometown. It's playing with Team Jamaica. It's honestly been the most fun I've had in hockey in the 20 years I have been playing. It's instead of just one African American or having 2 or 3, there's a whole room. So it's like you just feel at home type of feeling. I don't know. It's a weird feeling, but for sure it's
to represent your country has got to be just really fulfilling.
Exactly. So representing my grandmother, it feels it's a very heart feeling for sure. It's hard to explain for sure.
Yeah, of course. That's the best feeling.
Yeah,
still.
Exactly, yes.
And finally, Thorts, your message to the fan base.
I'm happy to be here and hope to see you guys this Wednesday back at home. We're going to go for away games these next 3 here, and we'll be back Wednesday and hope to see you guys soon.
It's going to be a fun one. $10 tickets. Remember that. I'll wrap it up on the postgame show. I think I'm on a broadcast. I'll be back to close up another episode of Breaker Banner, but Thorts, thanks so much for your time, and we really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Strength isn't built in a single race. It's earned, mile after mile, pedal after pedal, step after step. The same endurance that drives athletes to the finish line fuels the steady hands and sharp focus required in surgery. It's about resilience, precision, and commitment, in competition and in the operating room. Because true performance means showing up with excellence, no matter the arena. Looking for your next ride? Get more at Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport. Every new Hyundai comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty on top of Hyundai's America's Best warranty and owner assurance. No one on the coast offers more, so why go anywhere else? Visit us today during the Getaway Sales event happening now just off Lorraine Road north of I-10. Official sponsor of your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, Jello shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Gulf Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cohen Road, Suite B, Gulfport.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
Recharge your body. Reset your mind. Revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logo stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Foshi Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Foshi Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit foshiresidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
Every new Hyundai from Matt Bowers comes with Matt's lifetime warranty included. That's in addition to Hyundai's America's Best Warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and Hyundai Owner Assurance. You get both warranties, making a new Hyundai from Matt Bowers an excellent value. Come visit us today during the Getaway Sales event at our new showroom just off Lorraine Road north of I-10 in Gulfport.
Shop smart. Buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
When injury knocks you out, Bienvo Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Bienvo Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Hello out there, we're on the air. It's hockey night tonight. Tension grows, the whistle blows, and the puck goes down the ice. The goalie jumps and the players bump and the fans all go insane. Someone roars, Bobby scores. That's a good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Where players dash, the skates flash, the home team trails behind. But they grab the puck and go bursting up, and they're down across the line. They storm the crease like bumblebees. They travel like a burning flame. We see them slide the puck inside. It's a good old hockey game.
And we welcome you back into our Coastal Prince second intermission. Let's walk you through the numbers here through 40 minutes of play. They might surprise you based on what you see on the scoreboard. The Dragons lead it 5-1. The shots are pretty level, 24-23 in favor of the Dragons, but the Breakers outshot them in the middle frame 11-6. But once again, the stat that has just been one that you shake your head at as a Breakers fan is the power play. Columbus, one in their two opportunities, have been successful. The Breakers are 0 for 9. That has been their kryptonite here in the hockey game, something that they get so much of their production from, in addition to the top line being silent, has just proved to be a tough start to the three-game road trip. Now taking a look at our scoring summary. At 1:48, it was Storjahan getting it going. Then at 2:14, 26 seconds later, Kevin Zabad picks up his fifth. 9:54 on the shorthand, Tyler Barrow, his seventh to make it 3-0. To the second period we went. Barrow adds another, his eighth of the season. At 1:28, another very quick start for Columbus. At 4:48, Ryan Hunter checks in with his 11th. And then finally a positive for the Breakers. 12 seconds after the Hunter goal, Blake Keller tips home a Brandon Lucchese shot from the point that found the back of the net to make it 5-1. That's Keller's first of the season. Rosenzweig has made 18 saves in the contest. Getting ready to go here for period 3. The teams have returned to the ice, and we'll get ready for 20 more minutes of the Breakers and the Dragons. Their third matchup in just 1 week, and they'll do it again on Wednesday, November 26th. It'll be $10 ticket night inside the Mississippi Coast Coliseum, so you won't want to miss that one. We hope you can be there with us. You can get tickets at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum box office, or you can use code BBREAK on Ticketmaster. Finally, finally the refs getting ready for period 3. Continental Division starting to get really shaken out. We'll see if we can work in our standings graphics at some point for you here in period 3 as the puck is dropped and we're back underway. Moore into the middle for Rat. Knocked away by the Breakers for a moment. You have Dakamov, sends it right back over to Hunter, who chips it in deep. Rosenzweig lets it go all the way around for Nerland. Through the wickets of a Dragon. Now a shot comes in, turned aside by Rosenzweig. Hunter from a low angle into the middle looking for Kyle Moore. It caroms back out for Hunter. Hunter through traffic sent in a low liner that gets through everybody. Wyzak in the corner, rubbed off the puck by Moore. And now here comes Henry. Takes a couple slashes, maintains possession of the puck. Here come the Breakers, needing to make something start quickly. Henry's pass to the middle, and nobody home for the Breakers. Columbus sends it back the other way. 3-on-2 on the zone entry. Hunter on over for Rat, looking down low as Rosenzweig took down a Dragon who was ripping by his crease, and Kyle Moore. And at 19:02, we get our first whistle. Puck will come to the far circle back at Rosenzweig's end of the ice. 5-1. The Breakers trailed the Dragons here. Saturday night FPHL action. Ensuing faceoff controlled by the Dragons. Stoya goes down low, has his pocket picked by Lucchese, who breaks it out for Charbonneau. Charbonneau lost the handle on it, just a little out of his bandwidth, and Blacksmith spins it down low once more. Storjahan. Pikarczyk. Down low for Barrow, who gets it to Storjahan again. Taken away by Conway. He'll start the pursuit back the other way. Just out of the reach of his line mate in Pikarczyk. Into the wall they go. Blacksmith takes it away, chips it off a deflection of Conway into the corner. Charbonneau's low angle look is turned aside by Babin. Shots early on are 1-1 in the third period. Another shot through traffic comes in down low. Babin got hooked up with Charbonneau, and now here we go with some extracurriculars. Thornton locks up with Charbonneau, and it's got him by the collar as we get set for another face-off. Looked like Babin was embellishing Charbonneau's contact a little bit, almost grabbed onto him and went for a little sled ride. But nonetheless, someone touches your goaltender, you got to respond. Draw's going to come back outside the blue line. $18:11 to go in our third period, and finally a little bit of fight shown from the Breakers. Hansen, Thornton, and Davidson, the line for Charlie Pens. A little bit of movement from last night into tonight. Quick pass on over to Sabat. Lucchese looked to clean out Sabat. It bleeds all the way back towards Fisher. Around the wall to Thornton. Turned over. Back out to Underwood it comes again. Swings it down low to Cody Wickline. Wickline out to the point. Takes a big hit from Lucchese. Underwood thought about pinching down low. Instead, waits for Wickline to receive it. Closed off by a couple Breakers. Among them, Trey Fisher and Curtis Hansen. Sabat lost his footing for a moment. Hansen couldn't dump the puck in. Davidson then wipes out Sabat, along with the official who got a piece of that. Thornton, a little too nonchalant on his decision-making there. Taken away by Wickline. Davidson harassing him from behind. He's going to go for a slash. Delayed call coming against Biloxi as they touch up. And it's going to be a Raven and Rose tattoo penalty kill coming up with Davidson being assessed a trip. Or a slash, excuse me. And so Columbus, who's 1 for 2 on the power play tonight, will have another opportunity to check back in on the scoreboard. Barrow to take the draw against Charbonneau. Won by Barrow. Quickly over to Hunter. Hunter scored from that spot last night. Sends in a shot from the point. Redirected on goal by Moore. He picks it back up. Keller. Pressing Josh Colton. On over to Barrow. Barrow quickly across to Hunter, but that one a little out of his reach. And Wyzak used his body but can't clear it out. Storjohn. Back to Hunter for Storjohn again. Hunter. Storjohn. The two continue to play catch. Hunter finally moves it somewhere else to the point for Colton, who shoots, and Rosenzweig's there to make the save at the 16:42 mark. 87 seconds to go on the minor penalty assessed to Darius Davidson, as both teams will change out. Rosenzweig out of his cage to play it. Of course, always a risk leaving your goal crease. Still in possession are the Dragons. Colton for Barrow. One-touch pass, Hunter. Now into the middle, a quick shot. Got blocked for a moment by Conway, and he got just enough to make sure it didn't get on goal. Colton slowing things down behind his own goal. His team with a 4-goal lead, 50 seconds to go on their third power play opportunity of the evening. Barrow centering one for Moore. He leaps to get over Rosenzweig. Thornton went to go get in his grill, but Kyle Moore did everything he could to not collide with the Breakers netminder. A lot of credit to Moore for doing everything he can to get out of the way. As the net goes off its bearings, the referees will get that back into place. 16 minutes remain here. Period 3, Breakers trailing by 4. Devin Dobeck with you on Breakers TV, YouTube, Sport V 106.3, Super Talk Mississippi, and at Walk-Ons in D'Iberville. Back in their own end, here's Stoya. Below the end line. Up to Wickline. Knocked away for a moment by Keller, but Wickline right back with it. Feeds it over to Blacksmith. Blacksmith run into by Charbonneau, and Bondi's able to just swat it just barely back into the neutral zone. Couple changes to the Breakers' kill. Blacksmith motoring, protecting the puck around Wyzak. Goes all the way below the end line. Right there with him is Bondi. Biloxi is back to full strength as Davidson's released from the sin bin. In the end wall. Wow, one of the metal stanchions just fell out at the 15:05 mark, so can't even delay with immediate timeout as they're going to bring out the maintenance crew, and we will take a break here as they make some repairs to the glass here inside the Columbus Civic Center. 5-1's our score, 15 minutes to go. We'll be back in a few moments right here on Breakers TV.
At Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport, we make it easy to drive the new Hyundai you want at the price you need. Every new Hyundai comes with Nat's lifetime powertrain warranty on top of Hyundai's America's Best warranty and owner assurance. That's serious value right here on the coast. Visit us today during the Getaway Sales event happening now just off Lorraine Road north of I-10. Official sponsor of your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, Jell-O shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Gulf Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cohen Road, Suite B, Gulfport.
Recharge your body. Reset your mind. Revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logo stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Back here, still fixing the stanchion down in the corner. Let's take a look at the Continental Division standings while we have a moment. You see Athens still at the top, 10-1 for 29 points. Columbus is technically in second place over the Monroe Moccasins with their 19 points, holding the tie break. Monroe currently leads Athens, though, so keep an eye out on that game. But Monroe in third place, or tied for second with 19, however you want to look at it. PD in fourth place with 16 points. Twin City just leapfrogged the Breakers with a win last night, but they're likely going to fall to the Ice Cats tonight. So Biloxi will have a chance with a win tomorrow to climb back into that fifth spot. And the Zydeco sit all alone in seventh, going at it with the Topeka Scarecrows tonight. Not sure what the score is there. As far as the Empire Division standings, let's take a look at those as well while we have a moment. Black Bears all at the top, 32 points, 11-2. Port Huron next, followed by Topeka, Danbury, Watertown, Blue Ridge, and Indiana. As we get ready to resume play here in our third period of action. Referees take one more lap down to the corner to tinker with something, and finally, it's time to return to hockey. Good work by the Columbus maintenance team getting that stanchion back up. As Columbus wins the ensuing faceoff, sends it back down into the Breakers' end. Lucchese snaps a pass over to Yevdokimov. He'll win the race, but Babin comes out to play it. Nerland had that one go by him. Galvin will lead the charge 3-on-3 the other way for the Dragons. Cross ice feed to Wickline. Picks it up on his backhand. Wickline sweeping it back around the wall. Sent to the middle for Galvin. He couldn't uncork the wrist shot. Colton knocked away by Nerland for a moment. Backhand blind feed for Yevdokimov. On over to Nerland once more. Nerland looking for Henry. Comes all the way back out to the neutral zone where Wyzak plays it back to Bondi. Off the tape of Yevdokimov. Over the line he comes, drops it for Henry. Henry below the end line. continuing to hold and probe. One-timer from Wyzak, tipped in front off of Yevdokimov and comes all the way back over to the far point for Bondi. He accepts a hit, plays the puck to Nerland. Nerland spins a pass right to the tape of Cody Wickline. He'll lead the charge once again, 3-on-3, and Columbus gets caught offside. This will be our first media timeout of the third period. We'll take it here. 5-1's our score. The shot's 27-24 Dragons. Back in a few moments right here on Breakers TV.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Foshi Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Foshi Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit foshiresidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
Raffling off some stuff, some jerseys off the back down in Columbus there. Couple fans you could hear are pretty juiced down in the left end of the arena. Breakers fans want some more offense. $14 more minutes in regulation time as we're going to return to play. They roll the carpet back up, and draw will be just outside the blue line at the dot of the Subaru logo in the Breakers end. Conway and Rat will get ready for the face-off. So referee grabs a new pill and back underway. Sent deep in towards Rosenzweig. He comes out of his cage to stop it. Charbonneau, quick pass for Declan Conway. Conway coiling back into his own zone away from Rat. Drops it for Fisher. Fisher, pass across for Lucchese, calling for it again. Lucchese plays it into the neutral zone for Pikarczyk. Pikarczyk takes a hit but dumps the puck in. Columbus there with it. Fisher tried to quickly get one on goal, and now springing free, here's Kyle Moore. Lucchese lifted his stick just enough to negate the opportunity. Charbonneau with a burst of speed, looking to go around the flat-footed Underwood. Another shot from Pikarczyk will be held onto by Babin. And at 13:07, we have another whistle. Tomorrow, the Breakers will battle the Monroe Moccasins at 3 o'clock Central Time. That one will be at the Monroe Civic Center. You can catch all the action on Breakers TV on YouTube, Sport Fee 106.3 Super Talk Mississippi, and at Walk-Ons in D'Iberville. Babin makes another quick save there just about 4 seconds after we drop the puck. Hansen will take the ensuing draw. And it's won once again by Columbus. Stoya, drop pass for Barrow. Storjahan into the skates of Brody Thornton. On over for Chiwetin Blacksmith. Blowing a tire is Carter Thornton. And Curtis Hansen comes to pick up the vacant puck. Backhand feed for Bondi. Up the wall to Thornton. Thornton taking his time. Slowly over the blue line. Knocks it back down low. Davidson couldn't figure out where it was. Held by Thornton, who gets crunched by Carter Thornton. Fisher breaks it off just in front of the blue line. He accepts a big check from Stoya, gets it to Davidson, whose shot goes wide on the glove side. Davidson Looking to fish it out of the skates of Stoya, but he wins the battle back to Thornton. Flipped up into the Civic Center sky, and when it comes down, Fisher breaks up the play. Keller off the settled puck, throws it off the tape of Schlepp. Charbonneau will go in to retrieve it. Down below the end line, Charbonneau being worked on by Colton and Stoya. The 2v1 works out as Schlepp goes down. Back up to his feet. Colton now enters the zone. Good pass block by Trey Fisher to make sure that Columbus couldn't spring free for another 2-on-1. Out into the middle, a backhander in on Rosenzweig is held at 11:39 to go in the third period. Shots are 28-26 in favor of the River Dragons. They just announced Athens will be in town next weekend, so that should be an entertaining series as well. A lot of good FPHL action in the last couple weeks. And around the holidays, of course, it's that much better sharing it with some family and friends. Hope you can join us on November 26th. Also a home game in a home-and-home series with the Zydeco on November 29th. Another jersey auction as well. That's why Wyzak's shots turned aside by Babin. Out to the point, it's Bondi again. Offline, now below the end line. Wynn bunts it past Caden Henry. And here comes Ryan Galvin on over to Wickline. Feeds it for Wynn. Wynn walks in and shoots one. That might have caught the side of the post. Rosenzweig had it covered. We play on. Henry, a nifty move to fish it out of some skates. Across the blue he comes. Holding and probing. And that shot deflects back below the end line. Fisher loading up. Sends one in the direction of Babin. It goes wide on the stick side. 10:35 to go here in the third period. Let's go Dragons chant picks up once again. Sabat into the neutral zone. Skips through to Fisher. Quick pass to Henry, got deflected down. Underwood into the middle, picked off by Pikarczyk. Tried to split 4 Dragons, only got 2. Charbonneau bumped into a back checker. Some oohs and ahs come out as Moore gives a cross check to Charbonneau. He shakes it off as if it never happened. Fisher dumping one back in deep. Out into the neutral zone again. Taps it off of Hunter. It's wrapped in. Lucchese with a nice hit over on the far side. Fisher picks the puck up from Rosenzweig. Takes a hit, plays it out for Nerland, who breaks it out to Conway. Conway to Charbonneau. Charbonneau at the circle for Conway. His shot had his stick tied up for a moment, and it goes wide on the glove side. That one is touched by Bondi with 9.5 minutes to go. We have an offside call, our second media timeout of the third period. Breakers still trail by 4. We'll be back.
Looking for your next ride? Get more at Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport. Every new Hyundai comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty on top of Hyundai's America's Best warranty and owner assurance. No one on the coast offers more, so why go anywhere else? Visit us today during the Getaway Sales event happening now just off Lorraine Road north of I-10. Official sponsor of your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart. Buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
Nine and a half minutes to go. 5-1 our score as the puck is dropped once again. Blacksmith, a pirouette move around Colton Wyzak, who is helped out by his goaltender, Josh Rosenzweig, with a tremendous save there. A good move from Blacksmith. Wyzak almost was on the, or would have been featured in a highlight reel for Blacksmith had he finished that one. Had an unbelievable goal to open up the scoring last Saturday. Something about playing against Charlie Pens has him playing his best hockey. Thornton. Back to Wyzak. Wyzak will start the play north to south, through it through Darius Davidson. Now coming in, Storjohn has it poked away by Wyzak. Could have been trouble once again. Bondi on over for Davidson. Thornton looking to find a new gear. His backhand feed kicks free to Hansen. Hansen lost the puck. Back the other way. 8.5 minutes to go as Rosenzweig squeezes another one. His 26th save of the evening. Columbus still leads it 5-1 here. Half Shell Oyster House, third period. No goals through the opening 11 minutes and 20 seconds here in the third. Both teams have generated a handful of shots. In fact, just 3 for the Breakers, while the Dragons have 7 of their own. Penalties have begun to subside as well from the high volume they were at previously. Funky bounce off the wall. Schlepp got fooled by it. Into the middle, Wickline sends it back out to Galvin. Down low for Wickline again. Run into the wall by Lucchese, and he's stapled. Conway comes to help, but sent it right back to Columbus. Sabad. Area blind pass for Colton. Colton hit hard by Conway. Gloving it down, Galvin back with it. Around Schlepp he goes. Fisher out of his own end. Backhand feeds it back over to Lucchese. Up the wall to Schlepp. Schlepp inadvertently gets it for Conway. Conway in across the blue line. Cuts towards the middle. Into the skates of Keller it goes as Schlepp goes down, crashing the net to make a play. Dragons, odd man rush back the other way. Wickline shakes through Wyzak, but not for long. Then Keller wasn't ready for the pass. He had his eyes focused on the clear ice ahead, but forgot the puck. Henry. Now Kyle Moore in pursuit against Bondi. Closed off into the wall, and a call is going to come for a slash. And Grant Bondi will go sit for 2. 7 minutes, 22 seconds to go, and Columbus has the door open for their 4th power play of the evening. They are 1 for 3. It's actually Blake Keller being assessed the slashing penalty. Another Raven and Rose tattoo penalty kill set to go. As puck is dropped. Shot goes wide to Rosenzweig this time. Now down in the corner. On over to Barrow. Still got 2 goals tonight. Keep an eye out for him. Storjohn from the circle shoots, and Rosenzweig leaps on that one. 7:03 remaining. Charbonneau will take the next face-off. Group killing with him is Fisher along with Pikarczyk and Brandon Lucchese. Lucchese lost his footing. Quick shot from the slot area. Rosenzweig hopes he has it. And finally, here's the whistle, meaning that he is clean. 6:56 to go. Ahead of our next face-off, Barrow and Conway will do it this time. 4-goal deficit. You can just about put this game in cement as a loss for the Breakers, but you never know, as they need to begin to play for pride and generate some momentum here towards the end to carry into Monroe. That should be their new mission. Play for the pride of your team and your city. Hunter out top for Colton. Quickly over for Barrow. One-time opportunity is blocked by Fisher. Then he goes and tips over Hunter. Hunter had his twig snapped. He's going to have to head off. Great defensive shift from Trey Fisher. He's right back into the play. On over to Colton, shielding with his backhand. Down low it comes into the middle for Storjahan. And Carter Thornton able to just barely muscle it back towards Babin as the Breakers will get a full change. Fisher going to complete that. Across the line is Cody Wickline. Rat had it knocked away by Bondi fresh out of the box. Or no, excuse me, Keller serving the penalty. Still 20 seconds to go on the Columbus man advantage. Stoya pinching in, shoots one up and into the netting. 5:37 to go, 15 seconds on Blake Keller's minor for slashing. Starting to blare the speakers. Columbus can taste a win. Their passionate fan base has earned it. They've been in it the whole game. Made it a fun environment for their team to put goals up. Shots 33-26 in favor of the Dragons. Pass back to Blacksmith. For Rat down low. In Gretzky's office. Dusts it off, gets it back to Blacksmith. One-timer Stoya, save made by Rosenzweig. And Sabad couldn't release the rebound opportunity. It's sent out by Cade Henry. As Blake Keller is released from containment and the Breakers are back to full strength. 5:20 remains in regulation. Quiet weekend from the Breakers' top unit of Nerland, Yevdokimov, and Henry. Almost an automatic 2, 3, 4 goals you can count on them for. But without them, it just shows you the Breakers need to find depth scoring because you've got a lot of guys who can put the puck in the net outside of that top line. As Nerland and Yevdokimov trying to get on the same page. Now Yevdokimov appealing with the official about something. But you've also got Pikarczyk, Conway, guys who can score. Just have to find a way to do it consistently. Consistency is going to be key for the Breakers as Henry looking to poke it through the wickets of the Columbus back check. Yevdokimov back over for Henry. He's got time. Sends one through everybody that kicks back into the neutral zone inside 5 minutes to play. Henry for Lucchese. Snapping it in the middle. Intended for Yevdokimov. Right back into the zone come the Dragons. Good stick from Lucchese breaks up the play. Now Nerland across the blue line. Hits the break. Shook a man. Sends one over for Henry, who scores. Caden Henry pots the second Breakers goal of the hockey game. And a little momentum boost late. Aldi Nerland with a great individual effort to set up Henry. And it's 5-2. Breakers were down 5-0 at one point. They've scored the ensuing 2 goals. Caden Henry picks up goal number 11 on the season for himself. His league leading point total gets to 26 now. Just his first point in 5.5 periods though. May not seem like a lot, but with what he's been providing to the offense, it was one of his longer droughts of the season. Barrow back in across the blue. Lucchese picks up another assist. He's assisted both goals since his return to the lineup here tonight. So 5 points for Luch in the early part of the season. Scrum down in the corner as we close in on the 4-minute mark. Charbonneau, or rather Conway's pass, knocked by Storjahan back towards Rosenzweig. And he'll slow it down for Fisher to collect. Trey Fisher beginning the charge back the other way. He'll shoot it in deep below the end line. Lucchese flanking in down low. Wynn knocks it away just for a moment. Shot from the point goes through everything and wide. Charbonneau almost flipped himself over trying to hit Kyle Moore. Rat bumped into by Conway. 3.5 minutes to play in regulation time here on Breakers TV. One-time opportunity off the windshield behind Rosenzweig. Shots 34-27 Dragons. Texmo drops it back for Stoya. Stoya stretching one out at the blue line for Hunter. Comes all the way around for Grant Bondi to play. Out into the middle. Hops over the stick of Lucas Texmo. Davidson. Spun around by Kyle Moore. Moore banks it in, looking for a pass. Instead, it goes free on over where Wyzak plays it back for Bondi. A few minutes without a whistle here. Thornton looking to dangle through Matt Stoya. Stoya takes him down with a relentless effort on the back end. Now here come the Dragons once again back the other way. Thornton continuing to bark with Stoya. Back behind the play. It's Davidson. Gets it back on over to Thornton. Here we go again, one-on-one. Thornton drops it back. Then he caught a shot up high by Stoya. Texmo bangs into Hansen. Now it's starting to get physical here late in the hockey game. Fisher gets the puck to Davidson. Spun on goal. Babin a kick save. 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Long shift for the Breakers that are out there. Wickline in on over to Galvin. Loose puck. Poked through the blue pane over to the far side. Hansen didn't get much of it. Turns it over. Zabad's quick shot. The rebound. Galvin scores. There's that magical sixth number that's continued to kill the Breakers. Not that it would have made a difference 6 or 5 tonight, but 6 goals has happened in all but the loss yesterday. Columbus continuing. Well, that's the first goal they scored after 2 unanswered from Biloxi. The game has gotten much more back and forth in the final 30 minutes of it, but the opening 30, Columbus built a strong enough foundation that would sustain them through the entire 60, especially with the power play blunders for the Breakers. 6-2 is where we leave it. Minute 50 remains. Rosenzweig around the wall, takes a funky bounce out into the neutral zone where Nerland will coil around to start the rush. Across the line for Yevdokimov, but they're going to say offside, as the shot was after the offside, so Underwood and Yevdokimov a conversation as we head into our final media timeout. We'll take it. 6-2 is our score in Columbus.
When injury knocks you out, Bienvo Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Bienville Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
53 seconds to go. 6-2 Dragons lead it after that Ben & Jerry's at the Hard Rock Cafe icing. Apologies, did not unmute my mic following the commercial break. Barrow back over towards Pizzamenti. On over for Fisher. Fans all on their feet here in the Civic Center. The neutral zone near land now. On over to Lucchese. Breakers get caught offside. 35 seconds remaining on the clock. And another draw set to come. We'll have a brief Breakers post-game show coming up for you after a quick break following the end of tonight's contest. River Dragons are going to take this one. Lucchese on over in the direction of Charbonneau. It's punched free back into the neutral area. Wickline. Or Underwood, excuse me. Around the wall to Stoya, broken out towards Trey Fisher. A few more seconds to go. Touch pass from Charbonneau intended for Conway. Lucchese bangs one in on Babin. He'll hold on to it, drop it out as the final few seconds will tick off our clock here. And that will do it. The River Dragons take this one by a final of 6-2 at home here against the Biloxi Breakers. A game that got away from Biloxi in the first period. They had numerous chances to climb back in. We'll talk about that and more on our Breakers post-game show, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a flash right here on Breakers TV. Back inside the broadcast booth, Devin Dobeck along with you. The Breakers fall by a final of 6-2 tonight. The game got out of hand early. Columbus strikes twice in the opening 2 minutes and 14 seconds. On the power play to begin things at 1:48, Alex Storjahan from Moore and Colton got the scoring going. 26 seconds later, before the goal had even been announced, Kevin Sabat, the game's eventual second star, scores to make it 2-0 from Stoya and Galvin. Then at 9:54, short-handed goal, the 6th against the Breakers, a Continental Division worst, made it 3-0 by Tyler Barrow. He opened the scoring in the second period as well at 1:28 with a goal from Storjahan and Stoya. And then at 4:48, another quick goal for Columbus. Ryan Hunter, his 11th of the season from Kyle Moore, made it 5-0. Finally, the Breakers were able to get on the scoreboard. Blake Keller from Lucchese and Schlepp. Schlepp's first professional point. Congratulations to AJ there. Made it 5-1. Then at 15:25, Caden Henry scores from Yevdokimov and Lucchese to make it 5-2. And then the final punch thrown by the River Dragons at 18:01, Ryan Galvin from Wickline and Sabat. It was a tough night for the Breakers, but one that was self-inflicted. On the power play in the evening, they went a whopping 0 for 9. Excuse me, that's 0 for 15 in 2 games against the River Dragons. And both these games, you get a couple goals early on. I think things change up a lot. I think it changes all the momentum, all the mojo. You help out your goaltender, put him in a good headspace. Biloxi has just got to find consistency. Some nights it's been their goaltending. Some nights it's been their offense. But they need to put it all together and continue to be strong defensively, or begin to be strong defensively, because you can't continue to give up 6 goals a night and expect to win. It's too much pressure on your marquee goaltender in Josh Rosenzweig. So work to be done. You got the Monroe Moccasins tomorrow. You're 0-4 against them. You want a momentum boost, you knock off a team that is your big brother right now. There's no way around it. They have beat you in every facet of the game. The 7-6 one, of course, was a little closer, but you got to find a way to compete with these Moccasins. They're your divisional foe. You play them 8 more times, so have to find a way to compete and steal a win on the road tomorrow, steal some points in this ultra-competitive Continental Division. The race continues to pick up. Carolina looks like they're going to lose tonight, so Biloxi with a win on Wednesday could get back into that 5th spot. Granted, all the standing stuff, it's still too early to tell. This team's got to find their identity, led by Charlie Pence, and find ways to win hockey games. It's been a tough go as of late. They lose their 4th straight, but still plenty of reasons to be positive. You've got Monroe tomorrow, then you got these same River Dragons at home. We're going to need the Coliseum packed on that Wednesday the 26th, $10 ticket night. So you can get yours at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum box office or on Ticketmaster using code BBREAK. All caps, BBREAK, to get your tickets. There will be $4 Montucky cold snacks that you can get into if you're 21 years of age and can prove it. And we'll have our Veterans Day jersey auction after the game on the 26th, the night before Thanksgiving. Then they begin a home-and-home with the Baton Rouge Zydeco, Friday in Baton Rouge, and then Saturday back in Biloxi, the 29th. Yeah, the 29th should be the Saturday, yes, indeed. So there will be another jersey auction coming up on that game as well. It's the Movember Mustache jerseys that will be raffled off, or not raffled, auctioned off after the game. So make sure you're in there to catch the Breakers taking on the Zydeco. Those are going to be 6 valuable points up for grabs in a home-and-home series next weekend. But once again, the final score here, 6-2, the River Dragons victorious. 3 stars of tonight's game. Tyler Barrow, the game's first, with 2 goals and no assists. Kevin Sabad, number 2 star, with a goal and an assist. And Trevor Babin, with 27 saves on 29 shots, is the game's 3rd star. That just about wraps it up for myself, Devin Dobeck. Thanks so much for tuning in to Breakers TV. We will see you Wednesday. And always remember to live the dream. And we'll see you tomorrow as well.